Howdy, people. Happy
Hello.
Wednesday. I'm Mike,
I'm Jay.
and this is We Watched a Movie. Woo,
Yeah.
woo.
Good times. Good times.
Happy birthday, Brandon. I hope you guys are doing good. Sorry for the 2-minute late skis there. We were trying to do something fancy, and it shit all over our faces. I just cursed in the first minute of the video as well. But I did read that they changed that. You can say things like shit, piss, but you can't say like the big words in the first minute.
It's so weird that they let
It's so
The Walking Dead get away with that. Like, blow out his goddamn zombie heads. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, now we've said.
Oh,
fuck,
that's on
so
A&E.
Now it's been.
Well, I could also rhyme with a lot of things. That F-U-C-K. It could have been. I was talking about my buck that was hanging out in the woods the other
I'm
night.
gonna retitle the video "Buck" so it'll go through.
I like the Milwaukee Bucks, don't you?
Yeah.
Or the Mighty Ducks with Emilio Estevez.
Yeah. One Milwaukee team who's not shitting themselves right now. I hope you guys are having an awesome Wednesday. I've had a good one myself. Had a nice day. Have you had a good day, Jay?
Been all right.
Do you feel?
I did
sexy?
watch. Well, it was late last night, but I did watch Travis Walton interview with Joe Rogan. It's pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah. Well, he's too expensive for us.
Way too expensive for our blood. I bet Joe didn't even have to get him. like he was just like, yeah, come on there. But it was interesting, dude, because I also read this guy that I guess analyzed Travis Walton's story along with the other guys. And he's like, I think he's flat lying. And he's like, I mean, this dude had analytical reasons for it. And he's like, I guess he's some kind of psychiatrist. I don't know. He does videos on YouTube. But he's like, obviously, I'm not going to, professionally say 100% that he's lying. But he's like, as far as like the circumstances of the case and the way, going back and looking at those, he's like, I think that it was made up to get fame and fortune. But I don't know. It's weird. It's hard for me to believe it, dude. I don't know. It's just like, because the median age group between those loggers out in Arizona was like 18 to 27, even though Travis Walton did go on to say that he knew about the Betty and Barney Hill abduction in the 60s. So he already knew about that, and they feel like he concocted this story along with the Mike, his cousin or whatever, to get out of a logging contract.
There's always a Mike.
It always is. What a prick.
Up. I know.
But I don't know. I still believe it. And Fire in the Sky is still a great movie, so I don't care. If it's bullshit, I still like it.
I mean, like they took lie detector tests, like that. That's pretty.
Well, the
hard
thing
to
about the
pass.
lie detector test was apparently Travis failed, and then a month later or two he passed it. And then because what they showed he failed is that he did some kind of breathing exercise, which is a sign of deception, that he was trying to deceive it.
See, I thought he passed both of them.
I thought he passed every single one of them, but apparently not. I don't know.
Son
Little do we know.
Bitch.
But
Hey,
then I
happy
also watched
Cinco
The
de
Fourth
Mayo,
Kind.
by the way. Happy Cinco de
Yeah,
Mayo.
it's time to drink.
Woo!
What's different? Nothing.
Yeah, Fourth Kind's a badass movie, man. I love it.
Yeah, dude, that's why I put on Facebook about Elias Koteas, which is crazy, dude, because in the Fourth Kind movie, because I was saying Elias Koteas would be a pretty good replacement for a Dr. Loomis if he was only in one or two movies. He's 60 years old and he still looks good. But in that movie, dude, in the Fourth Kind, Will Patton plays the sheriff and Elias Koteas is the psychiatrist opposite him. It's friggin' nuts. It's like it was destined.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong about that. I could see him pulling off something like that. It'd be cool to see him get a role for Dr. Loomis too. Fourth Kind's weird, dude, because it's one of those movies that it gets you all the way up there. It doesn't go over the hump. But there's a couple moments where you're sitting there going, oh my God, this is about to get super fucking freaky. And they never quite get there, but they get close.
I just don't like the part when they're getting when they start rising up the bed and they're like, they stretch their face. I don't like that shit.
The sound does that
thing. Well, and then I read into about that. Apparently the lady, I can't remember her name, that Mila Jovovich played in that. Her daughter really did go missing, the blind girl, and they could never find her. And she claims that aliens were the ones that abducted her little girl.
Yeah.
But they proved her innocent. They said that she had nothing to do with her daughter's disappearance. For a long time, they were assuming that she'd killed her daughter and made it look like aliens abducted her. But I don't know. The actual town of Nome, Alaska is where it took place. They actually wound up suing the movie studio because they said the movie studio fabricated news stories from the Nome Alaskan Times or whatever the fuck that is, and made it seem like it was legit. And the movie studio had to pay out like $50,000 or some shit like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what else does your town have going for it all out there in Alaska?
There's a lot of gnomes out there, garden gnomes.
Yeah, like Alaska's, and they got that movie Insomnia, and that's and snow, and that's pretty. And Sarah Palin.
Yeah, she can see Russia from her doorstep. Never forget that.
No offense to anybody who lives in Alaska.
I you know what? I don't care, Republican or Democrat. Sarah Palin's hot as shit. I don't give a fuck.
At least she used to be. I haven't seen her lately.
Yeah,
surprised.
She might not be anymore. I'm talking about when she was running. She was really, really good looking.
They had that porn actress who looked just like her and made porn videos.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Deletes history.
Incognito mode.
Yeah.
Berto075, thanks, buddy. First super chat of the night says, "Hello, boys. You all good? And Jay, are you getting Resident Evil Village?"
I haven't. I'm planning on getting it just for that tall ass vampire lady, which everybody's talking about. But actually, the story seems pretty cool too. I might. Would I with that?
Yeah.
Without a doubt, I just climb up in there and live for a couple of days.
I don't know what is it about that made everybody.
I have no idea. It's one of those weird fetish things. I don't know. I'd let all four of them. Fuck it. Let's have a little party. Yeah, I'm planning on getting it. I actually just got the Mass Effect remastered. They just released that. I got that. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna dig into that shit. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
I
love Mass Effect.
You didn't play Biohazard, did you?
But the last Resident Evil?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't afford it at the time, so I went on YouTube and I watched the whole storyline. I watched the story, but I didn't play the game. I sometimes do that. Like, if I can't afford the game, or I just can't get the game, or whatever the case may be, I'll just go on YouTube and they compile the entire story into like the CG cutscenes, and I just watch it. So I still get the story.
That's pretty cool. That's a smart idea, actually. Tyler Rumfeld, thanks, buddy. He says, "Oh, I lost you. Oh, gotta be quicker than that." He says, "Yo, guys, playing Resident Evil 3 remake. A lot of Resident Evil talk tonight. What do you guys think of them announcing a Resident Evil character as the next killer and victim in Dead by Daylight?" I think that with Dead by Daylight, I don't want to shit on the game or anything. I tried to play it. I couldn't figure it out. I sucked at it. So I gave up really quickly. But it's just the same thing over and over again, isn't it? Like,
what, Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, it's like you do the same exact thing over and over and over again, but it's a game you play with other people, so it's fun. So whenever they come out with it, I was like, oh my gosh, so-and-so is going to be in Fortnite, or so-and-so is going to be in Dead by Daylight. I'm like, yeah, but it just doesn't excite me, because you're just it'd be like, hey, NBA Live new update, you can play as you can play as Mel Gibson or some shit. I'm like, that's cool.
I guess Dead by Daylight, it's fine for what it is. I just wish there was more variety out there of horror games that you could play with other people. That would be epic. Because really, if you think about Dead by Daylight, and then they had the Friday the 13th game, which was no more. It's all Kaputski as far as like any kind of updates or DLC for that, because of the legal trouble with Jason. But it's, I think it's pretty, I don't know which, are they going to, I guess they're going to put Nemesis in, I'm assuming, or Mr. X as one of the monsters that's haunting you in Dead by Daylight. That's fine. That's cool. I don't know.
They did do, like with Halloween, I guess they did change up the settings and stuff like that. So maybe I'm wrong about that. Actually, it is kind of cool if they actually do it. But wouldn't it be just the same thing as Resident Evil though? Right? Like if you put Resident Evil characters in Dead by Daylight, you could just play Resident Evil though, right?
Well, no, because they put it's the same thing they did with Mortal Kombat 11. They added fucking RoboCop, Alien. They've added, like, I don't know about Alien. They added Rambo in a Mortal Kombat game that you could fight with. So I guess Dead by I don't know. He'll be
already a video game you can play. So like you're just putting a video game character in another video game.
Well, I think they put I swear to God, which I never got scared. I think they put what's that little clown or puppet's name in Jigsaw? Whatever that fucking thing is. I think he's one of the villains in Dead by Daylight or something. I was like, that's fucking like the worst. Like, I don't give a shit.
Ride around on his little tricycle. I'm gonna get you.
I want to play a little game, and then the wheel breaks like in that YouTube video.
Yeah. We have some cool Saw ideas percolating for stuff that's gonna come out next week. So keep your eyes out for that shit. Yeah. My friends. Gonna hope you guys are having an amazing Cinco de Mayo. Connor Clary, thanks, buddy. Says, what's up, fuckers? Love the new collab with Pretty Much It for Invincible, which is my new favorite show.
That was great, man.
Yeah.
Fun times.
We didn't get to talk about it because we wanted to let them, put it out or whatever. But yeah, man, we spent last Saturday hanging out with Eric from Pretty Much It. And
having sex with each other a bunch in between breaks.
In his van.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
down by the river.
We watched that entire fucking season, man, in one sitting. We sat down and we watched all 8 of them episodes with little breaks in between. But ate for some Fazoli's, had a great time, dude. That show
that flowed really easy. It's such a good show. It didn't even feel. Because I think it maxed out like 8 hours or something, but it literally flowed so well. Like I couldn't believe we were through like 3 or 4 hours, and like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. J.K. Simmons rocking that mustache. I love that mustache. I never want it to go away. It's so good. It shines even through animation. It's weird to me if you think about J.K. Simmons. Like I like to this day, I still think of J. Jonah Jameson. He's the best J. Jonah Jameson to ever exist. I hope they bring him back.
Yeah,
but it also makes me sad too because we'll never get to see him as Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, like what could have been. you know?
Yeah,
And that's
because I think he would have rocked the fuck out of that in a solo Batman movie.
Yeah, and there's some sad news coming out about that today, which we'll get to. But yeah, dude, Invincible. If you guys don't know, because we didn't, people were asking us on here about it, and we had never seen a second of it before we sat down and watched the entire season. But it's animated, but it's kind of old school '90s X-Men ish. I mean, but updated animation. It's kind of R-rated. But the R-rated stuff doesn't come from a lot of sex stuff or anything like that. It comes from the gore. They have some of the most inventive, gory ass sequences that you've ever seen in your fucking life in that show.
Yeah,
it's
well,
amazing.
yeah, it's an 90s animated mixed with like Spawn gore violence.
Yeah,
like when it gets violent, it's like Spawn, the animated series on HBO. I was blown away by that because I really didn't think it was going to go that deep with that shit. But there's a reason why it's rated 18 plus.
Yeah,
so get your parents' signatures first before you get on there and watch that shit.
Exactamundo. And guys, you can check that out, by the way, on pretty much his channel right now. It's on a YouTube short, just a little clip of it that we did.
Did you see where, speaking of shitholes, did you see what happened to Ben Affleck? Dude, it was so embarrassing. I felt bad for him, dude, because he matched with this chick, the celebrity. I guess she's a model, an Instagram model or something like that. And he matched with her on a celebrity dating site, you know, pretty much like Tinder, but for celebrities. And then she rejected it because she didn't think it was Ben Affleck. And then he like sent her an Instagram message private. And he was like, why did you like unmatch me? Like, it's really me. It's me. I was like, God, dude, it's like, you thirsty for it. I get it. I feel you. I mean, you thirsty.
And the internet just took a huge crap on him. He was like treating like, oh my God, it's so creepy.
Did they do that? I thought they were just having fun with him.
No, on Twitter, of course it's on Twitter. Everybody was like, oh my God, it's so gross and creepy that he did that. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like all he did was, she even says in the TikTok or whatever that she did, she was like, remembering that one time that I matched with Ben Affleck, but then I unmatched with him just because I thought it wasn't him. Yeah. And then he sends her a clip of a video going, hey, it's me. Why'd you unmatch me? And that's it. And everybody's like, oh my God, he's gross. I'm like, he's a single man who's hitting on a single woman. What's the problem?
I thought people were having fun with it. That's why I thought it was funny. I just thought, oh, it's pretty cool. I would have done the same thing as, how come you unmatched me and not him? How come you unmatched me? And I would have been like, he's like, hey, bro, it's me.
Like change your name to the real Ben Affleck.
Do you want to suck on my candy cane or not? I don't even want to do this. But yeah, well, he's been in the news lately because he's been hanging out with Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, well, they may be friends or he might have got a booty call, but who cares? Like, I'm happy for him.
And everybody's like, oh my God, I hope they get back together. And I'm like, did you see what that did to both of their careers? It was not good for anyone.
But not to mention the fact that he dropped like $250,000 on a fucking engagement ring or $250,000. And she better gave that shit back. I'm going to take that shit to Newcastle and pawn it off. Or not Newcastle, Castle.
Got to pay to get Argo 2 made. Patricia Gregory, thank you so much. Says, you guys rock. I'm so happy to be a part of the Wham family. Thank you for that. Love y'all. Thank you for being a part of it, Patricia.
Thank you. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. Hey. Get rhythm.
But yeah, it really does. I feel bad for that dude. It's almost like Ben Affleck can't catch a break anymore.
Anything he does, he can't even get his fucking Dunkin' Donuts, you know?
Yeah.
Bunch of bullshit.
It is what it is. I hope he bounces back though. I hope he has like some major fucking role. I don't know. I still hold out hope, but I know it's not going to happen because based on the news that we're going to talk about tonight, restore the Snyderverse. But it's still, I always going to hold out a witch's tit of hope that maybe Netflix or HBO or somebody will step up and be like, we'll put it on. We'll put an animated short on at least to do the Snyderverse, and he can do a voice for it.
Sucky. But yeah, that's a good segue into that. Check this out. Oh my God, it's nuts. A picture of my wiener. That's not what I wanted to show you guys. That was a lie. Where'd it go?
Laha. He says Tony Moran apologized. I know. I think we talked about that the last time.
Yeah,
it is what it is. You
know. I just whatever, man. Whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Like, you believe it's one of those things. You apologize, you believe it, you don't. It's like, but then again, I'm like, you know, why are we even talking about it? This guy was in a movie for 3 seconds, and now he's.
I know, really.
It's like, who cares?
Really, I got more important things to do, like chew this fucking bazooka gum. I don't want to talk about it nonstop.
Exactly.
It's not like we're talking about Brad Pitt that was in the movie for 45 minutes and said "fuck the fans." I mean, it was literally a dude that they got off the street because he had a weird face and say, "Hey, can you be in here?"
Yeah, it was
shocking,
and
again.
But
he said he's sorry, and we also said if he genuinely said he was sorry, it's fine, man. But I mean, at the same time, you can say you're sorry, but you got to reap what you sow. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And I hope he is sorry, but at the same time, you know, he's gonna have to face the consequences, and there's gonna be all those people that are like, I don't believe you. So, but good for him, he apologized.
That decision will be made by not us, but by the conventions and whether they decide to have him, and then even then the fans and whether or not they decide to want to go to his booth. I have a feeling he's going to have a lot of empty ass booths at these conventions coming up, but we'll see. But yeah, Superman.
Woo woo.
But this story came out today behind Warner Brothers' search for a black Superman, and it clears some stuff up. Some of it good, a lot of it not so good. We all knew that they were going to do Black Superman. We talked about it last week on the show that it was not going to be Michael B. Jordan, that he said he is not going to do it. He said he's just going to be watching on this one. It's going to be written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and they say that they expect the screenplay to be done by December. They're looking for a black director. They're looking for a black actor. All that story stuff that we knew. I highlighted some stuff here that's kind of interesting, though, and it ties into the Snyderverse, unfortunately, or the lack thereof will be. It says, while the next Superman will likely land with a named director, the star could be a relative unknown, as was the case when Brandon Routh suited up Henry Cavill, but establishing a new tone with the launch of the next Superman franchise is key to Warner Bros. DC film future. As such, little will remain of the so-called Snyderverse vision, which enjoyed its last hurrah with Snyder's 4-hour Justice League bowing on HBO Max in March. DC sees its upcoming Flash movie, which began production in April in London, as its way forward in this post-Snyder world.
Yeah, you know, the first thing is JT Customs is right, and that's what I was going to say. The shittiest thing beyond just this being fucking stupid, beyond that, they also posted it on Henry Cavill's birthday, which was awesome. That's a really cool fucking thing for you to Warner Brothers. Here's the thing. Again, I've never seen a company itself that is so against making money and getting the love of their fans except Warner Brothers. It is unbelievable. Do I give a shit that they want to bring a black Superman in? I don't give one fuck at all. I don't care. Go have a party. The point being is, like, you literally have one of the best Supermen to ever put the cape on. You do nothing with him. Since Man of Steel, you've done nothing with him. You've let him linger on and also defend the role that he was in, saying, oh, yeah, I'm still Superman. And then you go behind and say, then on top of it, this is just like, you have smoked yourself stupid, Warner Brothers. I mean, you really have. You first release a Justice League, Joss Shitten Justice League on YouTube that gets fucking blasted, rocket blasted, saying this is the real canon. This is the real canon. Oh my God. Take that finger out your butt. You're not really fucking thinking right. You get blasted on there. And then on top of that, to compound the situation further, you announce this. Now, could there exist a black Superman? Absolutely. Because I read the article. They were talking about alternate timelines. And even if they were going to do a reversion of it, which like a new version of it, is actually like it was going to take like a period piece. Like it was me, a black Clark Kent.
Next in the, yeah.
Right. So they're going to do that. I'm fine with that because it can run parallel alongside the DCEU with no issues whatsoever. But you're going to tell me that you're not even going to take a fucking chance with you've got a Superman. You've got Henry Cavill. Like, I don't understand why you're putting all this, like all your potatoes in one basket and be like, I'm going to make French fries. I mean, you've already got I think, dude, like this is not going well for them. Like, and again, it's just, you guys are never going to beat or even be a competition to Marvel unless you get your head out of your ass. I mean, you're just not going to do it.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing. I'm fine with it. We've talked about it before. We're both fine with them doing a Black Superman movie. And even if you're going to kill the Snyderverse, even if you're not going to do that, which is the saddest part of this whole thing, when it comes to Cavill, I mean, you're keeping Gal Gadot. You're doing Wonder Woman stuff, right? You're keeping Aquaman, because those are the two things that had no question about. They were received for the most part by the Marvel fans that you're so thirsty to achieve. Why not do the Black Superman movie, but why not also keep Henry Cavill and just do its own story? Do anything you want to with that story. It doesn't have to tie into Zack Snyder's vision. The guy wants to do it. As you said, he's one of the best to ever do it. Just do it. Do Man of Steel too. It doesn't have to do anything to do with these other movies.
Do you know what I think it is, man? Honestly, and I think it's because Henry Cavill reminds him that he's Zack Snyder's product.
Yeah,
I think the hatred for Zack Snyder. Well, I know, but I just think the hatred for Zack Snyder is so bad in Warner Brothers, and the fact that they bent the knee and they gave the fans what they wanted with the Snyder cut, and it was received globally well, and then they won't release the real fucking numbers. Zack Snyder is their goddamn Green Goblin. They don't like him, and anything associated with him, especially Henry Cavill, because Superman is the cavalier superhero of the DC universe. Yeah. They know he did Man of Steel. He made that character what it is. He developed that character, and he developed Henry Cavill as Superman. So anything that reminds them of it, they're like, "No, get it out of here." They just don't want Zack Snyder. And then
it's fucking business, though. Like, it's a business. Quit, get your fucking hurt feelings out of your asshole and go make some fucking movies. You get your ass out there and you find that goddamn dog. You know,
I think we've all come to the conclusion, the fact that these are just like 90-year-old fat dumb shit men in their oak wooden desks at DC that have no fucking clue what's going on outside of just like number crunching by their accountants. And they're like, "Oh yeah, everybody loves it. Joss Whedon's great." And it's like, "I knew it. Someone passed me a Cuban. I'm gonna smoke this and I'm gonna make the money." Yeah. You literally, and really the only and I don't know, man. It's just sickening. It really is fucking sickening.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with it, that they want to have a black Superman, which I don't care about at all. They also are going to go after, they're going to make a gay Green Lantern, which is fine. I don't give a fuck. But again, you are running before you walk. You don't even have a new Hal Jordan. You don't even have a John Walker. You have nothing. You haven't even established anything.
Running
yet.
Before you walk is probably the best explanation of fucking what DC's done over the past few years that I've ever heard in my life. That, or they can't walk and chew fucking bubblegum at the same time.
Well, just like an old man that just keeps shitting their pants when they're walking to like they're doing the mall walk. They're speed walking and they just keep taking a dump.
At this point, it's so embarrassing they can't even they can't even find the bathroom before they shit their pants. Is probably the best analogy. But they go on to say about this. So there it is right now. This is straight through the Hollywood Reporter, which I'm sure is getting their news from the teat directly because it's Hollywood Reporter. But they said while the I read that part already, but they went on to say that, by the way, a little piece of news that come in this, they mentioned again, at least for the first time in a while, that this was going to be, that the Joker sequel is still in planning stages. It says, talking about all the other movies, they say Joker and its planned sequel will take place in the same universe as, it's saying that Matt Reeves, the Batman, and the HBO Max's spin-off Gotham PD and the Joker and his planned sequel will not take place in that universe, basically. Out of context, it reads weird. But yeah, they mentioned directly the Joker, the sequel's still planned for that, which is still, like, do you think that needs to happen?
No. I mean, I think Joaquin Phoenix did a phenomenal job. He's amazing. I'll suck his wiener. He's great. But no, here's the thing about the Joker. Joker was such a phenomenal movie. It really doesn't need a sequel, even though people want to continue on what's going to go on with Arthur's life. But really, I would have loved to have him and Matt Reeves Batman combined, or have those crossovers or something like that to see what that might have been the only time I'd been like 100% greenlit for a Joker sequel. It'll make another $1 billion. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
I will go on to say though, I'm happy they're keeping the Matt Reeves Batman and the Joker outside the normal DCEU.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that to happen, because at this point they're fucking it up so bad. I'd be afraid of what they would do to Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Yeah, and the more they have to tie it with everything else they're trying to build, the more chances that they're gonna fuck it up. It's like Jenga, You try to put all these fucking, let's put this here, and they're eventually gonna knock it the fuck over, like they always fucking do. And guys, this comes from two dudes who have been sitting here for years, goddamn years, like on Warner Brothers' side, on DC side, saying that just because people didn't understand Man of Steel, that because they thought it was supposed to be even happier than Marvel, it was supposed to be Superman, that created this whole fluff. This entire time, Jay and I have been sitting here saying, no, what they're doing is right. Batman vs. Superman is right. They should keep the head down this path. Now it's to the point where it's just so goddamn embarrassing. It's like the people who were on their bandwagon have jumped off, and there's no one left on the fucking wagon. Everyone's just laughing at everything you guys are doing.
Me and Mike are going to make a diss track on DC. When your fans become your haters, shut the fuck up.
Fucking beard's weird. Weird beard.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. It really is it's just so disgusting. It's just so, it's such a tone deaf approach, and it's trying to be, I'm going to get digital backpats on Twitter, and I think, but you're getting yourself ruled by the Twitter mob by saying, they want this and they want, like, that's what DC is. DC is literally a lapdog of like this PC bullshit. And I mean, it's not even like I said, nobody would care if you have a black Superman. Nobody cares at all. Nobody cares if you have a gay Green Lantern. Nobody cares. But literally what you've already established that fans are like fans of for a reason, you don't even, you just act like those don't count. Those, I'm not even gonna look over there, even though there's a buttload of money that I haven't even touched yet, but I'm gonna let it, sail off into the sun, and I'm gonna suck my butt. Like it's the dumbest. I really don't get it, man. And I really wish that there was one studio that had the balls to stand up and give the biggest middle fucking finger to social media bullshit like Twitter, Instagram, all these fucking virtue signaling assholes and say, suck your mom's white ass and say, I'm going to do the movie I think the fans deserve. And I'm going to do that movie 100%.
Hey, man, why's your ass got to be white?
Or black or whatever. I don't give a fuck what color it is.
I'm kidding.
Just suck a butt. Just suck a butt. I don't care.
That's the point. Like, I 100% totally agree with you. Don't care if they're gay. Don't care if they're black. Don't care if they're Latino. Don't care what color they are. I think it's cool they're doing those things. That's cool. Yeah. But the fact that you there's a stink to it when you got to come out, and I'll just read it straight from the horse's ass. When there's a stink to it when it literally reads, basically the first part of the thing is, you know, fuck the Snyderverse, it's gone. Fuck Henry Cavill, he's gone. Fuck everybody, they're all fucking gone. But then this part comes up. Diversity and representation remain key drivers. Key drivers? I'm sorry, were they doing great, amazing things no one was doing before? Anyways, diversity and representation remain key drivers of the DC universe moving forward. Warner's is developing a Latino Blue Beetle movie because, you know, it's not just Blue Beetle. It's the Latino Blue Beetle.
Yeah, that's always, I don't know why that has to be pointed out. I know Jaime is. I mean, who cares?
Right, with Angel Manuel Soto attached to direct. And HBO Max is casting for a gay Green Lantern character for an upcoming series.
Where's Hal Jordan? I mean, where's Hal fucking Jordan?
Yeah, or Jon Stewart.
John Stewart, a fucking guy.
Which they did cast, I guess.
For who? Guy? Is Guy going to be the guy? I don't know.
No. I think people wanted Jon Stewart. I forgot what happened with that.
Well, look, I mean, you're going to look at the Green Lantern mythos. You've got Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, two of the arguably best ones. Guy Gardner, I was never a huge fan of. And then Kyle, I can't remember his last name, Kyle Rayner. There, you got four of those right there, and you're not even gonna deal or do anything with that. And then I don't know, dude. It's fucking whoa.
And then it continues, and that CW's Arrowverse is about to get its second black female superhero series with Ava DuVernay's Naomi. Batwoman also features a black lead, Javicia Leslie, such as Black Lightning is about to wrap up its final season. Guys, all I'm saying here, and I get the optics of this. Okay, I do get the optics of this. White guy complaining about diversity. No. My point is, black people have led shows and movies since fucking a long fucking time. So why is it that you can't just say their fucking name? Why is it got to be black person so-and-so is going to be in this movie? Black person so-and-so is going to be in this movie. Like just call them fucking by their names. Like, well, they're trying so hard, and it's so stinky and obvious.
It's called woke culture, and unfortunately, a shit ton of people have bought into it for a long time, and just now are starting to get their dick out between their asshole and say, you know what, this is kind of stupid, because there's people out there like, oh no, it needs to have this and it needs to have that. And what fucking planet are you from? Twitter ours? I don't know. It's the oh my God, dude. I don't know. It literally, I hope somebody comes in and fucking buys. At this point, I hope somebody comes in with a lot of money and buys Warner Brothers, fires every motherfucker, deletes their Twitter account, and make good movies. And stop being ruled by a mob that's been ruling this shit for a long time.
Yeah.
And they don't, by the way, these aren't your fans. By the way, these aren't your fans. They don't watch your movies. I think the one that learned this the quickest was Star Wars, the fucking Disney bullshit Mickey Mouse thing. When they fired people and they got on their woke track, they realized they lost money. They lost subscriptions because guess what? The people that you were trying to fucking appease and suck their cock through a wall, they didn't watch your show. They just got you to do what they wanted you to do, bend the knee, wave your little fucking white flag, and then they move on to the next one like locusts. Yeah. That's what they do. I hate this culture.
I just wish that they would, we could just get excited for a Blue Beetle movie and all this stuff like that. And it's not like that takes away my enjoyment of it. But wouldn't it be cool to go to a fucking Green Lantern movie and find out in the movie he's gay? Like, be like, just watching the movie. It's a good fucking movie. And you find out, oh shit, they made him gay. That's neat. Why does that have to be the fucking point of the goddamn movie? It's a Green Lantern movie.
Like I said, dude, back in the day, even 98, when Blade came out, I don't remember anybody at all saying, oh, you went and saw that new Vampire Hunter movie? Yeah. Was he black? I was like, well, it was Wesley Snipes. He's like, oh, God. That never happened. I was like, oh, it's a badass fucking superhero that's got badass powers and shit. Black never came up. I never gave a fuck. I cheered for a black superhero, like a Spanish one, Asian one. I didn't care. I don't care if they were even fucking gay. I don't give a fuck. It never was an issue until people try to make it an issue and force feed this cock in your mouth. And that's what they've been doing for years. I'm glad that the world is starting to wake up a little bit. The pendulum only swings so far in this world until finally people get tired of it and the majority fucking take over and they say, you know what? I just won't buy your fucking tickets. Yeah. And when you finally hit that bank account, when you hit that wallet, that's when they start listing. That's what you got to do. Yeah, and I hope it continues. The thing is,
tell that to the Paul Feig Ghostbusters sequel that we're getting. Oh, well, wait, we're not.
The Paul Feig. Oh, well, but of course, Paul Feig said it was because of sexism that movie didn't make it.
Of course.
But anyway, even though it had nothing to do with the movie, it was just a dumpster fire in a toilet with like a smell of sewer and poop. Mm-hmm. That had nothing to do with it. But yeah, I don't know, man. And again, I just want to reiterate the fact that it has nothing to do with color, race, gender, creed, anything like that. I don't care any of that stuff, but I don't see how it's important really either. I mean, I'm going to see a superhero movie. Okay, a superhero movie, like it's fucking fiction, like Ben Affleck talking to you. I don't need to go in there and have these societal problems dumped on my face and be like, guess what? I know you're trying to escape into the movie theater and not have to think about all that bullshit. I'm going to dump it in your mouth right here, even though you want to go see a good superhero movie. It always has to play a part in every fucking thing. And I hoped with the Snyder cut getting released and then this big wave of optimism coming with Zack Snyder, they might listen. But here's the thing also, did you not hear that they were trying to get J.J. Abrams?
Well, they have got him. They have.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, but it's like, why? Like, I'm not saying I'm not even a hater of Abrams necessarily, but still.
But it's the most it's the most obvious fucking thing, and it just adds to this lore that Warner Brothers has created that they just want fucking so goddamn badly to be Disney. Let me just read it to you guys. As for Abrams, J.J. Abrams, who inked a $500 million deal with Warner Media in September, he will still wield plenty of influence in the DC universe. With Snyder gone, the Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens director will now have perhaps the largest footprint as he oversees the Justice League Dark Universe for film and TV. Among the rumored projects is a Constantine reboot for HBO Max, with an extra X. At a minimum, Abrams should be raising hell at DC with the Hellblazer protagonist. That whole thing at the end there reads weird because it's like, wait, is he Kevin Feige now? And then at the end they're like, no, he's just overseeing Justice League Dark Universe. But you don't give a guy $500 million to just oversee Justice League Dark. You know what I'm saying? He's the new Kevin Feige. I
feel like they're putting. I think they're going to put JJ. That's what I think they want. I think they think that J.J. Abrams will be their next Kevin Feige. That's what I was like, I don't know why I'm not saying it was Rian I can't direct a movie Johnson moron that ruined The Last Jedi, but he was the one. He basically copy pasted The Force Awakens, and then he had to come back in and clean up the mess that Ryan had made all over the floor because he was like, I can't wait to fucking do a movie that I don't have any idea about. And I hate the fans like jacking off all the floor while he was making the movie. And then you have to have JJ come in and basically pieced it. Those movies don't even flow. Yeah. Like if you look at that Star Wars universe, like at least the sequel trilogies, they don't even flow well together. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And I think that the best work J.J. Abrams did, honestly, outside of Lost, which I never even really watched, was the Star Trek reboot. I think he did an amazing job with the Star Trek reboot.
Mission Impossible 3 was dope.
Mission Impossible was good too. But having him come in and be the savior of your fucking company when you had Zack Snyder, who I'm sure would be willing to do it if you just gave him the power and left him the fuck alone. Yeah. I don't know, man. It just, again, Warner Brother just takes a nosedive. They ruin their properties.
That's interesting, though. That's kind of interesting. Maybe they will actually leave J.J. Abrams alone. Maybe they actually looked at themselves and went, guys, whoever the fuck we get next, man, we gotta fucking give them the keys because we don't want to be the studio anymore. And they're like, okay, who's the safest fucking bet we can get? And J.J. Abrams is right there. And I like J.J. Abrams. I like his movies. I like his ideas for film. I like the mystery he puts into things. But you can't look away from the fact that, as you just said, he just took a big steamy dump in Star Wars. You know what I mean? And I like The Force Awakens a lot. I gave it like a fucking 10 when it came out. It's just like, oh my God, you brought back the magic. And after the prequels that Lucas did, that seemed almost impossible. I think The Force Awakens by itself, I've said this 1,000 times, is a perfect goddamn movie because he brought back the magic and updated it and it was glorious. But whoever took that next needed to do something special with it. It was like Blink-182 coming back for their California record. They brought back all the old sounds, got everybody used to Blink again, but with the next record, you got to do something different now. And I feel like he set them up for that. but then they brought him back in to land it, and he just couldn't. So I mean, is that really his fault? I don't know. But what annoys me,
J.J. Abrams?
Yeah,
he wrote a. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's both because I think he also wrote a weak sauce ass arc. I mean, and the other on top of that, and yeah, I gave it a 10 too because it was just a refreshing thing. And
but he
Star
was
Wars
left with a pretty broken ship.
But then at the same time, Revenge of the Sith, looking back, is a goddamn masterpiece compared to what he fucking put out. The last Skywalker or whatever, the Rise of Skywalker was a broken 8th grade fucking project that I like Star Wars. It just was terrible. How did Emperor Palpatine come back? What the fuck happened? I mean, there was just plot holes galore, and that was him just doing his best to clear up everything. The best Star Wars that have come out since Disney acquired it, honest to God, the best is The Mandalorian with Jon Favreau. Those guys, and George Lucas has actually been helping those, were left alone by Kathleen Kennedy and her fucking stormtroopers and got to make their own show, 2 seasons of good shit.
Yeah,
but it's the worst thing. I just don't think J.J. Abrams is a guy to put your studio in charge of. I don't think he's the guy. I think Zack Snyder could have been the guy. I think that Zack Snyder had a good vision because he already had a good vision for it.
You know,
like, why take that away?
Yeah, I know. I agree. It should have been the Snyderverse. They should have kept it going. He proved himself. When you just leave me the fuck alone and let me do my goddamn vision.
But you're right. I'm not saying that Abrams is a terrible director and he's a bad story writer or anything like that. There was a lot of studio involvement in that, but I also, and again,
they
I'm not
want
saying
safe and they got safe. You know?
Right. And I'm not saying anything against JJ. I'm not, but I'm just also going to go ahead and point this out. I think that JJ Abrams is a little bit of a yes man rather than Zack Snyder. JJ Abrams really won't fight for his vision if a studio says, here's my wiener, suck the tip. He'll be like, okay, well, that's that, you know, you're paying the money, that's okay. Zack Snyder be like, no.
Star Wars, at least.
Well, Zack Snyder did it. Like, he's like, don't film Green Lantern. He went in his driveway and filmed the Green Lantern scene and was like, fuck you.
That's so fucking punk rock.
I was like, that is so punk rock. Like, he was hanging out on on a school bus, like in School of Rock. But yeah, dude, it was I just don't think that Abrams has got the balls really to stand up for a vision that he has in mind, because if it doesn't fit the narrative, that Warner Brothers is going for, they're going to tell him no, and he's going to be like, yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. Like, it'll be like, I just think he's a yes guy. I think they hired a yes man. They hired a talented yes man.
At least, at least going off of what happened with Star Wars, it's hard to disagree with that from his most recent efforts. But also I just think, like, is it the safe bet? Yeah, and is that they want? Yeah, so they got their guy. They got who they wanted. But the problem for me is, like, I don't want safe. God damn it, we have Marvel. Marvel's fun and it's great, but it's safe. Marvel will never ever push the fucking envelope, man. You know what I mean? At least as far as I want a little bit of danger, and DC had that, and now it's fucking gone. Chad Cosper says, "Happy Revenge of the 5th."
Oh, thank you so much. Happy Revenge of the 5th.
Speaking of the Star Wars talkie,
that reminds me of how badass. Like, you know what? You could say what you want about the prequels, but Darth Maul is still one of the baddest ass Sith Lords of all time. Darth Maul, dude. And like, let me tell you something. He didn't even know Anakin Skywalker was a powerful Jedi. He was gonna run that little fucking kid over in the desert, no matter what. That guy was OG. like when he was chasing him down in the Phantom Menace, and he was gonna take down Qui-Gon Jinn, he had no idea what Anakin Skywalker was. He was just like dirt bike over him, like in Pumpkinhead. Like, he didn't care.
He just fucking, as somebody who just likes Star Wars the way I like Godzilla, I like it aesthetically. I don't get deep into it. Darth Maul's like the fucking coolest. He just looked badass.
And I'll tell you one thing, man. Again, you can talk trash about the prequels. It's true. They weren't solid at all. But at least if you watch the prequels and then you go into the original, they make fucking sense. They flow together. It actually is a narrative piece that makes sense. When you watch the sequel trilogy, you're like, what the fuck? Like, it's all over the place. It's like it's special after special after special.
Sounds like when the dog shits in your parents' room and you know it, but you didn't clean it up. But then your dad gets home off a long day at work. He goes down a long hallway and you just hear from the back room, what the fuck?
It's like that. It's terrible.
Anthony Stamp says, and by dad I mean me. That happens. That's me that does that because my dog likes to shit sometimes. Anthony Stamp's not Thor. He's a good boy. It's the other one. Anthony Stamp says, I got a good one for you. Slender Man versus the Blair Witch. Actually, actual Slender Man, not Jay. Who would win?
I
think that Blair Witch.
I think Slender Man is like super duper. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I'll take it.
Maybe Slender Man, maybe a draw, but Slender Man can like move around and appear around really easy, like Michael Myers, and all I hear the fucking Blair Witch is screaming like a bitch in the forest. I don't know. I think Slender Man might take that one easy. And plus, he's got tentacles and shit that come out.
I'd take the Blair Witch just because she scares the ever-loving shit.
Plus, he doesn't have any eyes, so how's she gonna? If she sees him, it doesn't bother him. He can't. I mean, well, I guess.
I think you just desensitized Slender Man for me. I think he seems like a nice guy, and the Blair Witch still seems like this scary old bitch in the woods.
He's like, why you running at me for?
Evil women are way more scarier than evil men.
That's true. They have to scare the fuck out of me.
Dylan Hart, thank you, says Stephanie Johnson, and I say, hey. Well, hey! To you.
Hello.
To both of you. We love you, and we want to make out later. You guys down for like one of those weird college three-way kisses where we just put our tongues
down
together?
for it as long as we can film it and put it on Instagram immediately.
Absolutely. Wow, I feel like that was almost.
It was weird, but I liked it. I went with it. I felt like those were like there was like that was like a late night commercial for MTV, and you see Girls Gone Wild. Like you only get to see a little bit of it, like the preview, like back in the day.
I've been a part of several of those, and they're just the weirdest things ever.
I've
with
been
two
a part
girls,
of one,
not with a guy and a girl.
No, I've been a part of one with two girls, but it was weird.
Gypsy Warrior says, "Would you like to see Snyder do a Star Wars film?" It's funny because he just came out. I think today there was a news story, and he was like, I would love to do a Star Wars one, but it would kill me. I wouldn't do it.
I think it depends on which one it was. Honestly, I think that Zack Snyder would have rocked the shit out of something like the Solo film. I think he would have had a really good time doing a Han Solo film. I think he could have really killed it because he's more on grounded, more gritty reality. And the fact that Han Solo is a smuggler that's just trying to get by, use the weapons that he's got. He doesn't have the Force. He's aware of it as far as like there's Jedi and all that stuff, but he's trying just to, survive in this fucking like empire run world or universe. I think. Yeah, I think Snyder could kill it, but there's no way Disney Marvel ever hires him. Like, there's no way.
No, it'd be funny if they did though. I mean, they have kind of like James Gunn went from Marvel to DC.
Yeah, and that's after James Gunn got in trouble for a tweet or something that they rehired him. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's possible. Anything's possible. But I'm ready for Snyder to move on because if we don't get the Snyderverse, then fuck it.
Yeah.
I just want to see some original shit from him.
And don't get me wrong, like this thing about Snyder is, dude, his graphics, like his sense for the goddamn special effects in a Star Wars movie would look so amazing. But whatever he does, people are gonna shit all over it, and it's gonna be a war. And for me, who's like once again, not as deep into Star Wars as you are, clearly. For me, I was just like, man, I don't want to sit here and listen to all.
And you're the one wearing glasses. I should be wearing them.
I don't want to watch the fucking I don't want to watch the Star Wars fans implode when he does a movie. Whether it's good or not, it's going to be a gigantic thing, and I don't have the heart for it anymore. I just want him to do his own fucking movie so he doesn't piss anybody off, and then his fans can enjoy it, and everybody else can suck a wiener.
I think I don't know. It's weird, man, because I think Zack Snyder could do a really good job. I just feel like they don't want to mix over, like Disney Marvel won't want to mix that with what's going on with Warner Brothers. I don't know. Because they might get into a debate. What happens if someone was like, release the real cut? Like if he does a Star Wars movie and it's not the typical Snyder movie, and they're like, well, where's the real cut? So maybe that could have been a bad thing too.
It'd be kind of like Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay, like, how's it going to work? Is he going to go over there and then they're going to say, actually, we don't like this, and then he's going to blow up and he's going to make DC, Bill Belichick, look right? Or is he going to go over to Marvel, they're going to give him the keys, he's going to fucking bang it out and do an amazing job, and Marvel's going to be like, hey, man, I just let him do his thing, and look what happened. It's fucking amazing, and everybody loves it, in which case it's Tampa Bay winning the Super Bowl. That would be kind of interesting. I don't know. Now that I'm thinking
I just think that, dude, honestly, I'm at this point, if Zack Snyder is not going to be in control of the Snyderverse and we're not going to get to see that, fuck it. I want him to move on, and I want him to do his own original stuff, because it's just like these properties are assholes. They're not going to appreciate an honest to God good director that cares about his fans and wants to have them give him the best kind of picture. Let him do his own original shit, and I hope he wins fucking 27,000 Academy Awards.
And by every single account. And these reporters, when they're looking for dirt, by every account, really nice guy. Everybody enjoys working with him. They like him. His cast likes him. Everybody likes him.
Very receptive.
But Rotten Tomatoes didn't once. So now neither does Warner Brothers.
Well, Rotten Tomatoes, that's where the disconnect is. Obviously, the Rotten Tomatoes, it's all critics like thumbing each other up the butt and asking who got the 7-Up first. Like, that's literally what critics are in Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I never look at critic score. I look at user score, and then I'll go to IMDb. Because I know that there's like review brigading. I know that exists. So I try to go to IMDb, because it seems like nobody really mentions IMDb as far as reviews. They always talk about, oh, yeah, I got Rotten Tomatoes, which is fine. But I always think that Rotten Tomatoes isn't as good, to me anyway, as IMDb. So I'll just base it on what like the actual users are saying, not what critics say.
Same, dude. If the audience scores like high and the review score is low, I'm probably more apt to see it than I was even before. Because I'm like, probably
Well,
my type.
the only anomaly that ever fucking happened for me that I was like, what the fuck just happened here? Did I smoke too much weed? Was when the critics apparently gave Dredd a higher score than the users. I'm like, that don't make no sense, man.
Sometimes those things do happen too. Sometimes the critics get it right and the fans get it wrong. I mean that there has to be an exception that proves the rule.
But that's one fart, in the wind.
Yeah.
Like that. So I don't, but yeah, overall, guys, come on. I mean, user reviews are way more reliable than critic reviews.
And where that comes down to, for me, it's not like these people don't know how to watch movies, but sometimes they just, like the critics, Rotten Tomatoes, they just do the dumbest shit. Like Southpaw came out and it got shit on. They're like, too much boxing. It's too much like Rocky.
That's true, they did.
With all this
I can't. How am I supposed to focus on story if I hear Eminem saying phenomenon and there's like blood flying?
Boxing movie.
By the way, I saw 27 boxing gloves. Ridiculous. It's like, wait a minute, you went to a boxing movie and you're mad that they used boxing too much? Yes. Hand it to my knees.
This is too much like that other boxing movie, Rocky, where there's boxing.
And there's an Italian named Rocky. Stupid.
Gabriel R. Johnson III, thanks, buddy. He says, George Miller would have been my choice for the DC films. He should have directed that 2007 Justice League film we almost got from George Miller. When I read that script, dude, it really felt like almost like, ironically, it felt kind of like Zack Snyder's Watchmen. It was kind of weird, kind of out there, kind of otherworldly in a weird way, know, especially when you see the concept art.
George Miller would have been fine. I think I really would have loved to see George Miller and Zack Snyder work together to create something for DC. I think that would have been sick. That would have been my hope anyway. But the thing is, and George Miller gave the highest compliment ever to Zack Snyder by saying that the Batman, his Ben Affleck Batman that he cast in BVS was the closest representation of his Batman from The Dark Knight Returns in the graphic novel. Yeah. And he even he had gone out on a note and said, or Christopher Nolan, the great and mighty Nolan, not barf in a bag.
Toasted
he had said, oh yeah, we drew inspiration from George Miller's Batman, and George Miller was like, that's not my Batman. Your Batman, the Nolan Batman, George Miller himself said that's not even close to the Batman that he had envisioned in his graphic novel, and that Zack Snyder had actually nailed it with BVS. And it really sucks, man. Like, again, you have the one of the best creators ever in DC telling you, hey man, that guy right there, that guy you got over there, that Zack Snyder, he's a fucking Pete Rose. He's badass. Not with the steroids or shit, but he's a badass. Did Pete Rose get on steroids? No,
he was tax evasion. No,
gambling. Or gambling, whatever. Fine, Sammy Sosa. You know what I'm saying. And then you still fire him. So anyway, it sucks, man. But I mean, it would have been if Man of Steel 2 or a standalone solo Ben Affleck movie directed by Zack Snyder, penned by Zack Snyder and George Miller. Get out of here.
Woo-wee. I like it. T. Gosselin, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate that. Kind super chat that you sent us. Just my opinion, JJ is just as, if not more, responsible for the failure of the sequel trilogy. If you really look into it, JJ is isn't as innocent as most think. I imagine he would say Zack should be DC's Feige, Fuga.
Exactly.
100%. Oh, and prequels are the best. Look,
I'm going to take you to Applebee's, bro. You nailed it.
Look, number one. Zack Snyder absolutely should be fucking the Feige of the DC universe. We all agree on that. I just think that I don't know. I'm trying to put myself in Abrams' shoes though. Like he comes back, he nailed the fucking first one. They took the story to weird places and did some fucked up shit. They asked him to come back. He was probably tired, probably didn't really want to do it, but was looking at that fucking paycheck, half-does it, said yes to everything that they wanted, and the movie came out as a piece of shit. But what director doesn't have a piece of shit on their fucking card? I
agree. But I don't. But I kind of agree. I don't know. J.J. Abrams is a yes man. I said it earlier. That's what he is. He's a guy that he's a corporate tie. I mean, he's talented. Absolutely. Can he make movies? Absolutely. Is he a butt kisser? Absolutely. Does he suck dick? Yes. To get his movie made? Absolutely. That's what he is. He's an easy guy that you're going to get the movie that you want through him. He'll come up with great ideas, but ultimately when the studio says this has got to change, you got to take this out or whatever, he's not going to fight it. He's not going to go on Twitter and try to get a hashtag restore the Abrams cut. He doesn't. The thing is, he wants to make the movies, which is smart. I mean, I guess you want to keep your job. So he's not, that's what he is. I absolutely agree with you though, man. And the thing about George Lucas though, and I'm going to go back to George Lucas. George Lucas literally had a fucking heart attack when he made Star Wars, he had a fucking heart attack because he was working so hard on that trilogy and it didn't stop him. They got Ivan Kershner to come in and do Empire Strikes Back, and it was a phenomenal movie. But he still came back and made the fucking movie. But he never lost control of what the story he was trying to say. The problem with Abrams never fought for, if Abrams had a full trilogy, right? If he had a full, like, an idea of the story, the arc from the beginning, the middle, and the end, he should have fought every single step for that and not let some asshole like Ryan Johnson come in and butt fuck it to infinity. That's the problem. I just don't have any respect for a guy like that, dude. It's like you literally let someone come in and chop suey your fucking like script just because they can, and the studio was like, we think it's a good idea, and you're like, okay, I like it, good job.
It's funny, dude, because I actually pulled up J.J. Abrams' IMDb just now, and it was honestly like searching for something to disprove your theory that he's a yes man. Because I mean, I just feel like we don't know what happened. Like, just because it came out and everybody was okay with it and it had all the Twitter stuff, in my opinion, what doesn't mean that he's a yes man. Like, we don't have any stories that are like, hey, we told J.J.
I'm just saying based on
this
evidence
would suck, and we didn't want this woke shit, or we didn't want this, and he said no, we'll have to. Like, we just don't have everything, but. What I'm getting at, though, is when I looked at his thing, there's absolutely not one single thing that he directed that was absolutely controversial whatsoever.
No, it's safe.
There was Lost, yeah, which is fucking wild. But by the end of that was the crazy thing. Mission Impossible 3, that was cool. Everybody loved it. But then there's Star Trek. The Star Trek movies, there's Super 8, really clean, unoffensive, a monster movie, and then Star Wars. I mean, he hasn't directed that much. He's more of a producer than anything else.
Well, and I don't think there's ever going to be anybody that says, oh, yes, he absolutely came out on Twitter and says, I'm a yes man. It's not that. I think it's pretty much what it is the body of work that he's done. And the fact that it's not an actual fact. It's an opinion based on how he's done things. And then you look at another director like Zack Snyder, who actually seems to give a shit about not only his vision, his creative vision, but the fans as well. You can look at J.J. Abrams and say all you want. It's like, you wear your fuck me flip or fuck you flip flops and you go out there and you're trying to be part of the cool kids. But at the same time, dude, behind the doors, he's just not going to fight for a vision that he knows the fans are going to love. And
well,
that's
that
really
or
the
just
sad
that
part.
he's never had to, because his visions are very appropriate. He doesn't.
Well,
really,
we don't. But
he
we
doesn't
but,
want to push the needle, and that's exactly what DC wants. So I mean, I think we're splitting hairs. I think we're saying the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's one of those things about J.J. Abrams is I just don't trust the guy. How are you going to lose money on a Star Wars? Like, how are you going to lose money on Star Wars? What the fuck? You got to be like, you got to be the tinfoil fucking assholes from Signs
to be fair,
to lose money on it.
The shit that lost money wasn't his, though. I mean,
no, because it was Star Wars, but it also was the most divisive fucking movies that he was a part of. Like, even more so than the Lucas fucking films.
Yeah.
Like, the one that lost money was it wasn't, I don't know if Solo did. Solo might have lost money. I think Solo did lose money.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that whole Disney acquired Lucasfilm is such a train wreck. It's such a train wreck over there with Lucasfilm. It really is. I just wish that George Lucas would somehow scrape together the $4 billion, $5 billion, buy it back from Disney, and say, I made a mistake.
Man, you're in a bad fucking way, dude. You're in a bad fuking way when you're be like, man, I miss fucking George Lucas. Because, like, I know everybody fucking hated his guts.
Well, that's true. And I miss my dad. It's like, I always thought I wanted to be the only kid and have 2 birthdays, but now I want you back together, mom and dad.
True, dude. You're in a bad way when you're fucking.
Well, I don't. Yeah, it's really bad. And it's like, how bad did we really have it? Not that bad. It's like, you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Which one, by the way? Which one's worse? Which one's more of a fucking mess right now? The Star Wars or DC?
Right now, I think I would say DC, because I know, because here's the thing about Star Wars. Star Wars at least has hope with the Mandalorian. If the Mandalorian can keep going strong, and then those shows that are coming out on Disney Plus, it could maybe buoy back up Star Wars. And plus, they're talking about doing the Old Republic, doing an actual movie, that takes place thousands of years before Star Wars, which was always a good idea. I was like, you know what? I love the Skywalker mythos, and I love that whole thing, but let's take it back to the Jedi Civil War. Let's take it back to the beginning. Let me see some Darth Bane, the Rule of Two. Let me see that shit thousands of years before Star Wars. I think that could be amazing. So there is a very good chance that Star Wars could come back. DC right now, they're in bad shape. They're in really bad shape because they're announcing shit that no fan wants to fucking see. And fans are starting to get really irritated and ulcers in their fucking butt and stomach. And they're like, I don't know why I keep supporting you. I think I just saw Catherine Estrella say that's why I'm becoming more of an MCU fan. And it's sad because they might lose more fans to the MCU.
Yeah, it's honestly weird. Like, they had their built-in group of people who liked what they were doing and were ready to fight for them. And then, and now they're like, no, fuck y'all. We want to go after these people who hate us. You know, it's like almost like a relationship thing, or like when you're in school.
Mhm.
And this is like the perfect. And I went through this. Like, I went through this in middle school. Okay, I think this is a perfect analogy. I was DC in school. Like, okay, so in middle school, I hadn't hit my growth spurt yet. You know, I'm like 5 foot tall. I'm chubby. I got a bad Great Clips haircut. I don't know how to interact with people. Get picked on all the time. Bullied. You know, we both went through that shit. Like, right? So middle school. Then you get to high school, hit the growth spurt, still fucking nerd, you know, all that shit. And then, but the whole time you're trying to be popular. You're trying to impress the kids that pick on you. So like you're trying to like buy nice clothes and like dress in stuff that's uncomfortable that you don't even like, just to go to school and get picked on. Until at one point, like my sophomore year or so, I realized I don't give a fuck what these people about me. I'm going to dress how I want to dress. And I'm going to do the things that I like. You know what happened? I got friends. I wasn't so unpopular. I didn't get picked on so badly anymore because I was just my fucking self.
Yeah.
And I think that's what DC needs to do. Just be your fucking self and stop trying to lick the ass of Rotten Tomatoes and all these Marvel fans who aren't going to like you. No matter what you fucking do, you will always be a step below Marvel and what they did.
Well,
So
you were
why
ahead of
not
me
be
in that
you?
curve. It took me until fucking like late or mid-June, junior year to get friends. I still hung out in the goddamn
I thought
library
you were going to say
collecting
June
comic
2020.
books. I remember when Magic the Gathering cards came out, and there was a kid in there like trying to fucking get me into it. And I couldn't understand it. But I know what you're talking about.
I
Yeah.
was never
DC
popular. Don't get me wrong.
DC is trying to get DC is just trying to get on the in crowd because MCU is successful in what they've done so far. But we've
Yeah.
talked that to death
I
because
know.
DC, they need to do their own thing. They've always had the opportunity to do their own thing. They've had multiple storylines already that people love. The Joker storyline, the Matt Reeves Batman movie that's getting ready to come out in 2022, the Snyderverse, all of these things. Even if they wanted to keep that shitty butt-loving Joss Whedon Justice League, you could allow the Snyderverse to run parallel in the real DCEU or whatever, and I would love to see how that pans out.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
You know,
You
I
get what you
gotta
get,
go.
Don't throw a fit. All
I
right.
gotta go pee real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Brandon T says, "Sup, motherfuckers? Had an idea I wanted to run past you guys. Dr. Loomis, Dr. Chalice, Michael Slenderman, Leatherface, Mike J, Jason, and his motherhead all together under one fucking stroke. Under one roof, real world style. P.S. Mike sent you a Facebook DM. Brandon, I love you. Thank you for the super chat, dude. I never ever look at my fucking Facebook DMs, just so you fucking know. It's a shit show. I don't even fucking go in there. Yeah, that's why I haven't responded to it. It's not you. If anybody sent me anything on Facebook, that's why it's not been open. I just don't look at it. I get the weirdest shit there. But as far as what you're saying, I swear to God, like, if we got someone to come in and be like, hey, look, we had somebody to come in and film and had to be like, hey, we need some nutty professor shit to happen here because we have to have all the characters we play. And mostly it's the characters that Jay play, which is one thing that's super annoying for me because sometimes I have to be on camera doing the Michael Myers stuff. But what I like doing, what I enjoy doing, I enjoy, writing skits. I enjoy filming the skits. I enjoy doing all that stuff. I get annoyed when I have to be on the fucking camera. Jay's the natural camera guy. That's why he has so many great fucking characters. But Jay would be so fucking tired by the end of that, though. Like, okay, now you got to get dressed as this and do this. Okay, now you got to get, and I already annoy him so bad when I do the skits. I'm like, no, I need you to do this. And they're like, no, come back in and do it again. And I make him do it over and over again and do all this shit, which, not because of him. He can walk in a room and fucking just, he doesn't even follow, the script half the time. It's like, that fucking works. He's talented like that. But if you're, I know I get on his fucking nerves though, because I'm like, I need this shot, that shot, you doing this. I feel like that might break him into a million little pieces. Autobot or Decepticon? Lasagna Dinner says, Mike, you answer the question too. Autobot or Decepticon? You know what's the weirdest fucking thing? That like, yeah, Decepticons. Because this is Autobots just fucking bore me. I'd never been a Transformers kid. Truth is, I was too stupid. Couldn't figure out the fucking toys. Not a tool guy, not a handy dude. Too much work in putting those fucking stupid things together. I just want my G.I. Joes. They are as they are. I'd make little scenes. We get a roundhouse kick you into the fucking cup of water, pretend it's acid. We're done. We had a good time. I don't need to fucking... My parents got me Connects one year, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I can't put this shit together. Stupid tiny thing, all these pieces. Fuck you, parents. I never played with that goddamn Connect set, and it looked cool, too. It had a power drill and everything. Too stupid. Not smart enough for it. Got no... That's why I like goddamn sports cards. I open them, I look at them, and put them away. We're done here. Fucking too hard for me. That's why I don't like certain video games. RPGs. Basically, it just comes down to I'm a fucking idiot. So I'll go Decepticons. Fuck them Transformers. Fuck them all. Don't even like the goddamn movies. It's true, I don't. Sorry. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Yeah, I mispronounced all the names, Holly. I'm really sorry about that. I fucking suck. But Jay did mention Christopher Nolan, which had me thinking about my friend Christopher Nolan, because he talks like this and he pushes his blonde hair back and he's like, I don't know about George Miller. George Miller doing a Batman film. My Batman films, they were grounded in real life. You could show them in IMAX and you wouldn't notice a fucking difference, mate. You wouldn't notice a difference between a regular screen and IMAX. You know why? Because it's clean. Because it's what I do. Toasted cheddar chalupa. It's what I do. I make films for IMAX on Kodak film because digital is just not in it for me, man. Why am I fucking, like, he's supposed to be Australian. What voice was I even doing just now? That doesn't make any sense. Toasted cheddar chalupa from Taco Bell because I'm Christopher Nolan. Oh, yeah, wrestling toys. Those were fun, too. You just kick the shit out of each other. Hey, guys, you know what pissed me off as a fucking kid? Kids that had no respect for the story in action figure play. They just took the two things and they banged them together and they just fucking banged them together. I'm like, no, dude, we got to do a story. He's going to kick him in the stomach. He's going to grab him by the head. He's going to throw him over the rooftop. He's going to come down on him. He's going to start kicking him, but then the good guy's going to come back. And they're like, no, just fucking bang my toys together. Fuck those
How did
kids.
you know about my sex break a couple of years ago? That was what it was going on. It was just a bunch of weird shit.
I'll be right back.
All right. Actions just says tacos. Yes, tacos. Anyway, I don't want to switch gears here because I don't know what he was talking about. But I gotta tell you guys, if you guys get a chance, for reals, go watch that Travis Walton interview with Joe Rogan. It'll blow your socks off. I think it was a good interview, man. And we actually talked to Travis at Scarefest a few years ago. I think I mentioned this before during a live stream. Maybe the second Scarefest we went to, and there's a video, actually, we recorded it. It's somewhere buried deep in the cracks of our channel, but you can find it. And I think that guy was for real. I mean, I think that dude had bloodshot eyes. It could have been a hangover. I don't know. But when I was talking to him, he seemed legit. Like, I seen some freaky ass lights. Edward Santiago just says, so Jay, what's up, bro? What's up, man? I feel like I'm not invited to this party. It's like, I didn't know you were going to be here. Brandon Hughes says, gotta go, guys. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Love you guys. Might be back later. All right, man. You're welcome. Have a good one. Robbie Cozell says, Jay, what is going on with Dr. Loomis and the future skits? Dr. Loomis will definitely be back. Actually, Mike had mentioned a little bit about it. We're looking at doing something with a skit with Dr. Loomis, Michael, and Jigsaw coming up. So hopefully that'll be pretty fun. I like it. I like it a lot. Because I was imagining Jigsaw saying something like he wants to play a little game or something. I'm like what? Like, goddamn Candyland? Shut up! You obviously don't have a job. But I'll win if we play Scrabble because Michael can't spell because he doesn't talk. He's stupid. All he can say is Sam Hand. He's only gonna get you 20 points. Sup? Hi, Tony. Blu-ray Addict says Fire in the Sky was a good film. It really was. It was actually underrated. Well, I think most people have come around to watching it now, but it was back. I remember renting it back in the day in the old Blockbuster, and nobody was like, "What's that? Fire in the Sky? That sounds like a porno." It's like, it's not. I usually rent the softcore, but that's not a porn. Stupid. Anyway, Cat Estrella says she wants a Venom skit. Oh yeah. That that could be something. I don't know. Maybe that could be something that we could work on. What was that? I actually just watched Venom. I love that dude's voice that did the voice for Venom. What did he say in the gas station? He goes, you will be this armless, legless, faceless thing rolling down the street like a turd in the wind. I thought that shit was fucking brilliant. It's something I would say like back in the day in Halo in the lobbies. I thought it was so fucking cool. Tito Sanchito says Bob Lazar made me believe. Oh yeah, that's a good one too, man. You guys should check that shit out. Bob Lazar interviews, man. That dude, woo. I just get into these kicks, man. Like last night, like well, yeah, I guess it was last night. I watched Fourth Kind, then I got into Fire in the Sky, and then I was gonna watch another abduction flick, but I don't think I got around to it. But then I just got on YouTube and started looking up all these interviews, and I was like, holy shit! It just pulls you in. Mr. Movie Buff 01 says Tom Hardy did the voice. Did he really? Holy shit! That's even better. I like it. Holly Roxy said it was Tom Hardy. Okay. He's talented in everything. That son of a bitch. Looks, body, brains, and voice acting. Apparently, holy god! No wonder everybody wants him cast and everything. I love Tom Hardy, man. I also did something last night. I don't know if you guys ever do this. Like, have you guys ever gotten into like one of those moods where you just want to watch sad shit, like for no fucking reason whatsoever? I had a couple of beers and I was like, I just want to watch sad shit. So what I did was I watched like the ending to Best of the Best, and that shit always gets me when the guy's like, to save a life in defeat is to earn honor and victory within. Your brother too was a great fighter. I deeply regret your loss, and I offer myself as your brother. I fucking bawl. Even if you don't even watch that movie all the way through, if you just watch that part, it gets me every time. And then I also watch the Rambo ending gets me, and the Rocky inspirational quote in Rocky Balboa gets me. I was just telling him how you ever get in those moments where you've been drinking or whatever. Like last night I was drinking, and then you just want to watch sad shit. Like you just watch sad shit for no reason. You just type in like movies, like the ending. You just type in Homeward Bound, the ending. It was like, it goes, oh shit. It goes, because he was just too old. And then the poor Shadow is limping up over the hill, and he was like, Peter. And then he was like, Shadow. And he was like, Peter, oh, I missed you, and I love you so. I'm like, God damn it. Like, every time.
I don't ever look up clips. No, but I will watch a sad movie. If you're sitting around and you're doing that, I get into those modes where I want to watch something sad that's gonna make me cry, but I never go straight to the thunder like that. You got some balls doing that.
Well, that's when nothing is working. Like I've just like I'm too like if nothing's working. Like dude, last night I watched the ending to Best of the Best, which gets me every time, every time. And then I watched
It's on Netflix or HBO Max.
Yeah, dude, it's one of the best karate movies of all time. 100% martial arts movie. And then that one, Rocky, and then Warrior. The ending of Warrior.
Warrior's good.
Goes, I love you, Tommy. Just tap. Yeah. I goes, I love you. And it's, oh no. I was like, is he gonna split the money?
Oh, dude, Rocky gets me too. Like just like you said, the Rocky
that inspirational quote, man. That was the best, and I love it too. What was his name? Milo I can't say his name.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Ventimiglia, whatever. Yeah, that dude, and he's just standing there like a spoiled brat bitch. And I was like, this dude is like, because that's what losers do, and you ain't a loser. Like, I was like, fucking shit. You listen to your puppy.
That's what we were talking about Southpaw earlier. Southpaw kills me, dude. I bawl like a baby when I watch that movie. The Way Back's another one. But yeah, dude, Southpaw, when they're in that courtroom. And,
oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, I can't even talk about it. Face. I can't even, not when she smacks him, but when they're in the courtroom and he's sitting there and he thinks he's going to get his daughter back. And they're like, no, the court recommends 6 more months. And then they start to grab and like pull her daughter away. And she's like, Daddy. And she's reaching for him and they're pulling him away. They won't even let him give her a hug. And he's like beating the table. Dude, I can't take that fucking scene.
Yeah, dude, it's rough. There's so many. Those are just like those are like staples. And like, if I'm making April watch it and she's not crying, I'm like, what are you just like fucking hardened on the inside? Are you a diamond hearted? Are you diamond hearted? Are you not human? And she's like, no, I just didn't watch the movie. I was like, you don't talk to me. You don't say that.
Brandon Teeth, thanks again, buddy. Appreciate it, man. He said, Mike, completely understand the Facebook messages thing. I just took a chance. I love your input, LOL. Movie mashup ideas. Patrick Bateman meets the killer clowns. Could you imagine? And Jay, do you have the Leslie Vernon figure? So Patrick Bateman meets the killer clowns. That would be the most auteur weird shit you'd ever seen in your life. I don't even know I don't know what to do with that.
I think Pat, he goes, here's a little song they wrote called Don't Worry, Be Happy. And I'm a fan of clowns too, but sometimes they don't always make me smile. And then he would axe them or something. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be kind of, and a Leslie, I didn't even know they made a Leslie Vernon action figure. I don't have it.
That's probably cool though. I haven't seen it either. That sounds dope though. Yeah, I don't even know what Patrick Bateman would say.
Clinton,
say to the fucking clowns.
Clinton says, Rudy's a good one. 'Cause that part when he's sitting on the bench by himself, he's like, "Oh God, thank you, God." When he gets into Notre Dame, that's one of the ultimate part. Like I was like crying at that part.
Yeah, watching the sports news these days has me crying too with the Aaron Rodgers stuff. Speaking of which, Derek, sup, Derek? Says whenever Mike wants to cry, he thinks about Rodgers. I think about Favre. I think about Rodgers. Yeah, the Favre shit actually does get me though. When I watch those Favre documentary, when his dad, and that is actually something I have done and looked up on YouTube before. The game after his dad died, when his dad died that day, and he played the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even know if he could play. Didn't know if he was like, when I threw a ball, I was going to sail up to the rafters. I didn't know what I was going to do. Comes out and throws 4 touchdowns in the first half. And then he's walking off the field and he's crying. Oh, man, that gets me. I'll watch that all the time.
That and when Michael Jordan played and he won the championship when his dad had died.
Oh, that's good. That Last Dance. Did you ever watch that, by the way?
Yeah, I've seen. That's what I brought. And then Buster Douglas, when he beat Mike Tyson, the Impossible Mike Tyson, his mom had just died the night before. And that's what somebody had said about Buster Douglas. They were like, not only did he outbox Tyson, which he did, despite what Tyson's excuses were, the fact is nobody was going to beat Buster Douglas that night. Nobody was going to beat him. Like he had every reason to fight. But yeah, man, like there's so many heartbreaking sports stories. It's like insane. But, yeah.
Oh, 8 seconds is a good one too, Chad Cosper. 8 seconds will make you.
Action says, I look at my taxes and cry. Me too.
That's funny. My wife's doing taxes right now as we sit here, dicking around. Okay, so back to the movie news stuff. Well, real quick, Jonathan Mann, thanks, buddy. He says, "Hey guys, just got back from Vegas. I played a Ghostbusters gambling machine for Jay. Mike looking mighty fine with the glasses. I'm a nerd, dude. A Ghostbuster gambling machine. I think we'd have to pull you off that son of a bitch."
I would just cross the streams and win. I'll take down Goes of the Gozerian. Give me the fucking progressive slot, bitch. I just took you down.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so got another DC story, got a little Halloween Kills thing, and then we're gonna do something fun in the last part of the show. What we were gonna do was, and we'll get to this in a few minutes. What we were gonna do was I was gonna do the share screen thing, and we were gonna react to stuff together. Now what I'll have to do is I'll have to bring it up. And Jay, do you have your computer there where you can see the screen? Okay, so it'll still be almost real time. I'll bring up these things. We won't be able to do the video we were going to do because we'd have to watch that on phones if we do it, but we will do that another time. And then I just have these 2 quick things that are creepy as fuck I want to show you. But to knock out the movie news real quick, there was actually more DC news. But wait, there's more. This leaked footage, it came off I think it says in here it came off the anthology. It's an excerpt from a documentary on iTunes called Catwoman, the Feline Femme Fatale. And they've actually got footage that I haven't seen, and I don't think you've seen either, of Batman. This has got no sound on it, so I can just play it. Can you see it on your screen, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll play this for you guys. I'll go to the end because that's where the new footage is. You actually get to see Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman in action a little bit. We'll see it and then we'll talk about it. But check this out. Can I make it big? Yes. Can't really hear it, but
I can't see it. Hold on.
It's just delayed.
No, I mean, no, it's not that. It's my video.
Oh.
Hold on.
I will pause it on Batman's
Oh my
brooding
fuck!
white
I hate
face.
technology. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll have to watch it on her phone.
Okay, you got it?
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Some of the stuff we saw in the trailer. There's Matt Reeves with his scarf.
Did you already click? Oh, there's a delay.
Yeah, it's just it's a short delay. There's she's talking about it. Here in a second, you'll actually see some footage where she's fighting Batman. It's just a real quick clip, but it's pretty cool. Show it to us. Okay,
Motherfucker look like he getting ready to paint a new Harry Potter.
Ooh, sensual. I'm a kitty cat. Wow.
Yeah, I can't. The fucking delay.
There's just a quick, and you should be seeing it right about now. There's a quick scene where she tries to
Oh,
kick.
she's got a ski mask on. Okay, like she's part of Heat with Val Kilmer.
Yeah, there's a point where she tries to kick Batman, and there's just a tiny little fight scene in there. The footage isn't really the main thing that's worth talking about here, except for what they said there was they said. Matt, when you can barely hear the audio in it, but what Matt Reeves says is he's like, basically Selena Kyle, and this is annoying as shit to me. Selena Kyle there's like Batman's, it's not an origin story for Batman. Batman's early in his career, but it's not an origin, which we knew. He's like, but the villains, the rogue gallery, they all are kind of starting their careers. So all these villains are going to be like sort of origin stories. And the thing that annoys me about the Catwoman thing, I don't feel like the Catwoman need to be in the damn thing. We've seen there's so many cool Batman villains we've never seen on screen, and we've seen Catwoman, and it's never going to be better than what Michelle Pfeiffer did. I hope Zoe Kravitz is great. Didn't care about what's her face in the Nolan trilogy. Didn't think she needed to be in there at all. And then now we have to do her whole origin again. And it's like, dude, we get it. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen that so many times.
Well, hopefully she's good. And Zoe Kravitz is way hotter than Michelle Pfeiffer. 100%. Yeah, dude, I'm 100%. There's no wonder that Robert Pattinson almost he got caught fucking her or something was the rumor on set.
Can't blame
I don't know.
But
Michelle Pfeiffer was hot, but not like I don't know. There's something about Zoe Kravitz is pretty sexy. The origin story, it depends. They didn't really do a very good job. They did not in Batman Returns with the origin story of Selena Kyle. What they do is Selena Kyle, really quick, she gets thrown off the roof by fucking Christopher Walken. Cat spider fingers, she comes back to life. It's kind of stupid,
but still way better than what they did in the Nolan one. I feel like.
Well, yeah, Nolan for sure. But anyway, I feel like the Zoe. I don't even mind that they do a little origin story of Catwoman. The thing is, I don't think that she should be a main player in the movie. Like, if you have Catwoman come in for like a few minutes, like I don't know, 10 minutes or 15 minutes of the flick, but then want to focus on Colin Farrell as Penguin and do some shit like with that, or Paul Dano as the Riddler. I think you should do that. But again, those characters have been used to death. Like, get me Black fucking Mask. Give me goddamn Deathstroke. Give me any of those guys. Yeah, I mean, give me somebody. Give me Man-Bat at this point. Yeah. Give me somebody. Two-Face, an actual good Two-Face. Like, I want those things. So it's just really shitty, man. But it is. I mean, it's fine. I mean, like, I saw it. I'm like, yeah, it almost reminded me of the same kind of Nolan kind of introduction in a way. I mean, she's sneaking around. She's trying to do good for other people, but she has a different way of going about it. Like, I can't remember that girl's name in the Nolan trilogy. I really can't. Anne Hathaway. Yeah, Anne Hathaway. She's doing the same. I don't know. I mean, she's a popular character, so I know why they're going to try to use her. I mean, I know.
Yeah, I just, I think that I don't care about Catwoman. I'm sorry. The whole thing, is she a good guy? Is she a bad guy? Is Batman gonna have sex with her? Is he not? Like, it's like, oh gosh, I've just seen it so many times. I also wonder, by the way, like, as great as a movie as even The Dark Knight is, fucking amazing movie. As great as that movie is, it still suffered a little bit from forcing one too many bad guys in. You know what I mean? We both talked about it before ad nauseum that maybe Two-Face shouldn't have been in the movie, and they should have focused a little bit more on Heath Ledger. But in this, you've got 3 villains, right? So I do wonder if we're going to get that stuffed burrito of trying to tell too many origin stories, and we're not going to get enough Batman for a movie we've been waiting ages for.
That's the problem, man. Well, that's what happened to Sam Raimi with Spider-Man 3. It was a studio decision to put as many villains as they could get into the flick. I mean, his intention was to have Sandman. And by the way, that story, you could tell that story was being heartfelt, and it was going to be awesome because he was only becoming a bad guy for his little daughter to pay for her surgery. And there was going to be a lot of like gray areas of morality that Sam Raimi wanted to, explore. But they're like, give me Venom with Topher Grace. Do it. And then bring back Harry Osborn and Green Goblin. Do it. And that's why it suffered. But yeah. In this one, I don't know, man. I just feel like the 89 Batman was so good because he literally had one villain to focus on. So you got Jack Nicholson's Joker, and you got a powerful, powerful experience when you went to the movie theater. I didn't unfortunately get to go. I was too young, but when I watched it on VHS back in the day, it was a powerful moment to see Jack Nicholson battling Batman, because that was the only villain that he had to focus on. I thought that was badass. But in this one, if you got Catwoman jumping around, you got Penguin out there flashing his fins at somebody, and the Riddler is like the Riddler is playing like Sizzling Sevens at a fucking Taj Mahal. Like, I don't know. It's just too many. Yeah. Hopefully it works out. And Matt Reeves is a good director, man, and he knows what he's doing. And it looks good so far. I just hope they take her character and they put her on the back burner a little bit. And I think this is gonna be one of those movies, dude. I still to this day believe Matt Reeves' Batman loses. I think it's gonna be like turn it on its head kind of moment. And I think people are like, what the fuck? Because they're not gonna see it coming. And it's a separate parallel universe, right? To the DCEU. So what if they do this crazy shit? What if they have moments where Robert Pattinson's Batman's getting close with Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman, and then Riddler flies down and like fucking kills her, and then it's one of those moments that end like that. I don't know.
Yeah, or just Batman ends like he doesn't die, but he ends beaten.
And I don't want to say it's not. I mean, there are fans of Catwoman. I'm not saying that I want them to do that. I'm just saying like I just get this feeling it's going to be like a Seven-esque type of flick, and there's going to be. I don't think the heroes walk out unscathed.
I would like that very much, Lois.
Yeah, I really like Pink very much too.
Hey, but you didn't like it at the end of Rocky when he fucking lost.
Rocky's different than Batman, my sir. Rocky's different. Rocky's been around.
Win.
Rocky's been around longer as far as like an actual adaptation of a like other than Adam West's Batman, which was a joke and he was running around with spandex. Yeah. Rocky was different. Yeah. And if you're gonna have Rocky go out, actually, I would have been fine if Rocky had landed the knockout punch and he had died in the ring. At least he would have fucking died in the ring. He would have died like, and then wheel him out and he does a Mickey scene and then he passes the mantle on to his son.
You don't say that.
I don't want that to happen, but I mean, if they fucking kill him off in Creed 2 off screen, fuck that.
Yeah, or Creed 3, like, and I don't think they're even going to give him that. They're just like, oh, he's in Texas fucking getting groceries. Dave Meager said the fact that Hugo Strange hasn't been a Batman villain yet is a goddamn shame.
Yeah. Tomo Goto says Rocky's from Philly, Batman's from Gotham, Mike.
Yeah.
God.
Whatever. But I appreciate the super chat, Dave. And I think that I think you're right. I think Hugo Strange, I think the Court of Owls, I think there's a lot of Batman villains that it's a shame they've not brought in there yet. You know?
I honestly I really would love to see the what was it called? I've got the graphic novel where Batman becomes a vampire. Dude, like that is some of the fucking craziest shit I've ever read, where Batman takes on Dracula. Like, I want that. I want some kind of fucking weird, wacky ass fucking, like, if you're gonna go ahead and do all these other alternate realities, give me that. But I don't know. I just think it'd be really cool. I'm just butthurt about it, dude, because we're never gonna get to see the Deathstroke that Zack Snyder had set up to fight Batman, Ben Affleck's Batman. And that's all I wanted. That's all I fucking wanted for Christmas.
So fucking much. Just Ben Affleck alone being Batman and having his own standalone movie. Fucking sucks. We're not going to get that. Gary Catlow says, in comics, Batman's first year, he's fighting the different mobs. Then the supervillains come year 2 or 3. And that's true, too. And they did do that good with Batman Begins because he was he was dealing with a Capone dude. I can't think of his fucking name off the top of my head.
Falco.
Yeah. Falcone. And then
Falcone, yeah. Falco's a band. Rock me Amadeus. Amadeus.
and
come and rock me Amadeus.
Weird shit they did in that song. But and I think this could be Batman's second year or something like that. So that kind of makes sense a little bit. Anthony Cioe. I'm probably saying that wrong. Sorry. He says T. Carrick posted Halloween Immortal fan film teaser. We'll have to check that out, man. Haven't heard anything about that.
By the way, Braxton Wages says Bloodstorm. Is that the name of the dude? I gotta let you borrow that, or I gotta let you have that or borrow it or whatever temporarily. That's the one where he becomes a vampire. Dude, it's fucking sick. It really is. Into that.
I want to.
It's sick, dude. Because when he comes back after they put out, and then he comes back and he grabs Alfred and he's full on like evil. Batman's pretty much evil. He was like, "You son of a bitch! I told you to keep me dead!" And his fucking fangs and shit. And he goes out and he fucking kills all the Gotham villains by sucking their blood and just killing them. And then now after that, he becomes a terror on Gotham, and they have to put him down. It's fucking great.
Reminds me of those awesome scenes in Batman Begins when he's all like fucking like when they get gassed and they see scary Batman. That was some cool shit. That was some underrated shit. But speaking of the Halloween stuff, the one of the final news stories that we have for you guys tonight. I know it's going to be a little bit of an early one, but not a whole bunch of stuff going on in the world today. This is pretty cool though. Not a whole lot to go into here, but Blumhouse's virtual Blumfest will return this October. This comes from Bloody Disgusting. It's going to be on October 1st. They did this weird little teaser for it. But what this leads into is the discussion of when are we getting a trailer, obviously. When are we getting a poster? What are they going to show for October 1st? Halloween comes out 16 days later, I believe.
Yeah.
And if Halloween's coming out in 16 days, you know that there's going to be something at that for Halloween Kills. So that's a date that you want to watch out for. And also, there has been, I saw some fake site fake Twitter account spreading rumors. It's so embarrassing because it's the same exact thing what we got this covered does. They're like, my sources, fucking Twitter account been around for 8 days.
No, it's my. Their stories like, trust me, bro.
Yeah, my sources tell me that the trailer's not going to be here till June. And the poster's not going to be here till June. There's still a chance though that it could come out in May. It's like Chris Farley in Wayne's World. He's like, we're going to circle around through Toronto. But no shit, fucking Sherlock. It's fucking the last trailer came. We all know this. Jesus Christ. For 2018, the trailer came out in June. Okay? It's May now. June's coming up soon. It makes a lot of sense considering that the release dates are almost the exact same, that the trailer will also come out in June. I don't think that's a fact, though. I think people are guessing and they're trying to pretend they have sources. But here's the thing. Maybe it doesn't come out in June. And here's why I say maybe it doesn't come out in June. Is because this is a different situation. Maybe. This is a different situation than 2018. Mm-hmm. In 2018, they didn't have to release the trailer a year early because they delayed the movie. They released the trailer last year that they may have been planning to release in June because they made the delay announcement and they wanted to give fans something to hold on to. For all we know, that was the trailer we were supposed to get in June. Who knows what we'll get in June, if we'll get anything in June. And then maybe they wait all the way up till fucking October 1st to unleash something. I don't know. But no one does.
I do agree that we don't know shit. I mean, we don't. Nobody does really. But I do think, I don't know. I think they're going to try to release something in June or July for sure to hype it up. And then during the Blum field party or whatever they're going to have in October, they'll release the final trailer. Here's the thing. I don't even mind if they release one tiny, it looks like your wiener this big, just the tiniest wiener
twist it
of a trailer. Yeah. Grab his dick and you twist that dick, the old dick twist. If you do that tiny tic tac of a trailer, I think that's a good idea. I think that's a smart move because I think that what we learned with Halloween 28, that you gave away some of the best moments and the best kills in Halloween. So the less is more there, Chip. So that's what I would do. What I would give is another teaser, something maybe a minute and 10 seconds. Very but hype it up a little bit, but do not reveal the good kills. Don't reveal any of the back or the flashback sequences. None of that bullshit, because I want all that to be surprises. Okay, I want to get fucking wet from my wiener tip. I don't want to be like spoiled at all when I go into the movie theater. So just hype it up, like create a very intense kind of environmental trailer, like an atmosphere when you're watching it for a minute and 10 seconds. You're like, oh shit. Like have maybe somebody talking about it or describing something, and you hear Will Patton in the background or who the fuck ever. I don't know, something. Dr. Loomis coming in the background. I mean, I don't know. It's just something to hype you up and just show the smallest bits of it that you can. As far as the poster goes, keep the fucking mask hidden. Fuck it. Keep it hidden.
Yeah, I agree. And like, I don't think that the posters, I don't think it's going to show anything new. I hope it doesn't show anything new. And I think as far as the trailer, yeah, they probably should put out something like you said. Can they put out just part of me thinks that maybe they'll just take the trailer that they put out already. They'll put it in theaters in June as they plan to originally release it. Maybe they'll put it in theaters. Could be the same exact fucking trailer. And they just start to play it in theaters and they start to play it on TV. It wouldn't be smart to do that, in my opinion, because what they want is when the trailer releases, they want everybody to cover it and react to it and it to create a whole new groundswell to really get people going. If it just comes out, it's the same trailer, there's going to be no news stories about it. Nobody's going to be talking about it. It wouldn't be the smart thing to do. Part of me thinks they may do it, but maybe you just take that trailer and you add a couple scenes in here. You just add a little bit of stuff and, the movie we've been waiting for 2 years or, whatever you want to do. Change a little bit. Don't give anything away, like you said. I just want you all to know to be on the lookout because there's a lot of us who assume the trailer's going to come out in June, and we do assume it's going to come out in June because it makes sense that it's going to come out in June. But no one fucking knows, and if they tell you they know, they're lying to you. Okay?
Yeah,
they're lying.
I honestly, man, I don't know. I kind of get the sense they will. I think June at the earliest, July at the latest, because you're right. When it came out in 2018, it was a different time. We weren't, suffering a pandemic, and they've also pushed this movie back. I think they're trying to get hype built for it, and they got to get the hype train up somehow. It's not like this movie came out on time. and it's been a year since it was supposed to be out. So at this point, they've got to fucking pump up the numbers as far as and they're not talking about the hardcore fans. They're not talking about the fans that are obviously going to go see it, or the ones that have, looked at every website covering Halloween Kills. They're trying to go after the vanilla audience. And in the middle of the summer, and they're like, by the way, you guys come to the movie theater in October because you go get your tits sliced open with excitement. Michael Myers is back.
That should be the trailer right there. You go get your tits sliced open.
Yeah,
Halloween Kills, October 16th.
Hire fucking Busta Rhymes for it. But I mean, I'm saying, like, I feel like that's what they're gonna go for. And then what you'll get in what is it called? BlumCon? Well, I don't even remember what
Blumfest.
Blumkenfest. Blumken. Yeah, you'll get free beer and a Michael Myers mask. But no, when you go to Blumfest, they'll give you like an additional, I think they'll show an additional scene. They're gonna. This is on. I'm betting it right now, $5 that it comes out late June. It'll be an actual trailer, and then in Blumfest in my butt, they're gonna have an additional scene that you can only see if you watch Blumfest. Like a teaser scene,
or they do a smush and all this stuff, and they do like we were just talking about. Come June, they start to recirculate the same trailer they've already shown us in the theaters, and then they actually release a new trailer on Blumfest. So you get the trailer out there. Yeah. You're reminding people it's not creating crazy news stories, but October 1st, you drop a brand new trailer, and that's when 16 days before the movie comes out. I know it seems early, but these are weird times. You drop a new trailer then, and then all the news stories hit 2 weeks before the movie. You're almost circumventing all the worry that, oh my God, they dropped the trailer too early. Everybody's going to forget about it. You're smacking that in the face and saying, no, we're dropping it super fucking late. Well, that could be interesting too.
I think that if they do that, though, it won't circulate enough is what they're worried about. 2 weeks isn't a lot of time for production.
Circulating though.
Well, no, but if you have it in July and you get to circulate it around in August, September, that's like 2 months worth of fucking like getting it hyped up versus like 2 weeks. So in 8 weeks,
you're doing the same thing. The other trailer's already there. It's already putting it, like you said, it's not for the hardcores. It's for the normals. It's for people. Oh, by the way, just got to remind you people who aren't thinking about Halloween Kills every minute, every day. This movie's coming out. You put out that trailer and it does that. But then you create news and you create people talking about it on the first when you release that. And then you get the best of both worlds. I know. I'm not a fucking.
I think it's one of these things. I feel like it's going to come out in the summer, and I think that we're going to get an additional scene or something in BlumConfest. I literally want to call it BlumCon. I don't know why. I just feel like it rolls off the tongue better. Blumfest just doesn't work. It feels like Oktoberfest. But anyway, I just want a good trailer. And honestly, and the main thing is, I know there's going to be a new trailer. 100%. No matter what the time frame is, they're going to have a new trailer. I just don't want them to make the mistakes of the 2018 Halloween and give away the best fucking kill. Yeah. Or at least, like, I don't want them to give away any kill.
Yeah. So them showing the closet scene in 2018's trailer was a fucking
and I understand why they do it and why they did that particular scene because it was awesome. It was great, but it was like, come on, like. That would have surprised the shit out of people in the movie. They'd be like, holy shit, that's fucking badass. I just shit a little bit on the seat.
Exactly.
But instead they were like, oh yeah, I know it's coming.
Yeah, to show the Julian closet scare was just I can't think of too much else that was shown too much but that was a huge one. And I feel like then they had to be like, we don't know what the reaction to this is going to be. We've got to really sell this trailer. Now they don't have to. They know how big it is. They know how well the movie did. It broke box office records. And they know.
I'm still gonna watch Blumfest though. Either way.
Oh fuck yeah, of course, yeah, me too. But fuck, I was gonna fucking say something. They could do this. Look at what Mortal Kombat just did. Now this is kind of weird. This is kind of out there, but Blumhouse does weird shit sometimes. Look at what Mortal Kombat just did, dude. What if they show the first 6 minutes of the movie or something like that?
Ooh, that's a bad idea.
I don't like it.
That's a bad idea.
What if they
show? Yeah, that's terrible. That's a terrible fucking marketing strategy. And we're not even marketing.
I think Mortal Kombat. I think Mortal Kombat only did it because that first 7 minutes was maybe the best 7 minutes of the whole goddamn movie.
The thing about Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat had been dead in the cinema sense since Annihilation fucking blasted their buttholes back to the Stone Age. Yeah. So they had to do something. So it's that's different though. Mortal Kombat is a totally different beast to tackle than Halloween. Halloween already has a built-in awesome audience. They already knocked it out of the park with Halloween 2018. They don't really have to overplay their hand to get people's
I agree.
asses back in the seat. So I don't think they're going to do that. But if they do that, that's fucking dumb. I mean, and I'll come out straight and say, what the hell, David Gordon Green and Jason Blum.
The only way it's not dumb. The only way it's not dumb is if the first 3 minutes or 7 minutes or whatever they show absolutely has no spoilers in it whatsoever, which I highly doubt.
I just don't want to see 7 minutes of a movie that I'm going to watch anyway.
If it creates an atmosphere that boom, Halloween comes up, you see the pumpkin doing whatever the pumpkin's going to do this time. By the way, I hope there's a new pumpkin thing that they do.
I think they will. I think they'll have that.
And then they do it. I don't want them to do that either. Don't get me wrong. Well, I'm not saying I don't want them to do it. I'm just saying who knows what they're going to bring, but there will definitely be something at Blumfest. And it really creates some question in my mind as to how they're going to handle this trailer and this poster. We'll see.
Yeah, doing a 7 minute showing of the scene, it's like watching a stripper and she's teasing her bra. It's like, show us your titties. At that point, just like fucking show us the whole movie. If you're gonna tease the 7 minutes, just show us the whole movie at that point. God, I mean, why do I gotta fucking buy the milk when the cows for free? Fuck that.
They also fucked up by showing the Halloween trailer to the CinemaCon people before the trailer released. By the time the trailer came out, we knew about the teeth. Again, that was the other scene I was thinking of. There was the closet scene ruined. Yeah. The teeth scene would have been so fucking depraved and fucked up if we got to experience that in the theater. But not only that, we had to read about it from the CinemaCon experience, then watch it in the trailer, then saw it in the fucking movie. So I agree with you, man. I want less. And I know it's good for views. Don't get me wrong. You know, the trailer reaction's great for views. The news is great for views. But as a fan,
but I mean, at the end of the day, we're YouTubers. But I'm a Halloween fan.
As a fan, I'd be.
I don't want to fucking. I don't want to see it. I really don't. Yeah. I mean, I can deal with spoilers. I can deal with them and I won't get too pissed off, but at the same time, I know you guys don't want that. Like, you guys don't want to be clicking around on Facebook and see, like, because you know what's going to happen. It's going to, like, lure you in like a fucking candle to a moth. You're like, I can't stop myself. Oh, yeah. And you're going to watch it. You're going to watch it and you're going to be like, fuck me. And you're like, dude, damn. Because they're going to show like Michael's mask. They might fucking reveal a good plot point. And you're like, well, I'm still going to go see it. You're still going to get my goddamn money, but I fucking hate you.
And another question you got to think about, too, is like, who's controlling the actual trailer cut and the release and the stuff? Is it Universal or is it Blumhouse? Because if it's Universal, I don't think they give two shits about your actual experience in the theater as long as you say you like the movie at the end of the day. Blumhouse, I feel like, would hold that back, but Universal might be like, no, we're selling fucking tickets. You put that thing in that goddamn trailer.
It's really hard for me to say, though, because, I mean, to us Halloween fans and things, Halloween is the mecca for horror movies for us. Like, it's huge. It's like, you know, the reveal of the Batman costume, like everybody gets hyped up about it or something. He's the Batman of the horror world. But for studios like Universal, they're like, it's just a horror character, you dumb shits. I mean, goddamn, go get laid. It's a horror character. They don't think of it in the same terms as fans of the franchise do. So you might be right. Like Universal, if they have control of it, they'll show us like a 500-minute trailer. It'll be like pretty much everything but one scene that Michael uses a butter knife to butter someone's bread and then kill him with the bread.
Yeah,
like,
fuck showing the opening. We're showing the ending. You want to see the ending?
It's like nobody will see it coming. The ending, where Michael seemingly dies. But anyway, exactly. It's we'll see, man. I'm just really, but I am confident because, you know, Blumhouse is a really good studio, and David Gordon Green and Jason Blum have been so far proven. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go be right back though.
Yeah. Huh?
I'll be right back.
We only got. That was the last story, buddy.
All right, bud. Well, I'll be right back. I gotta go take a tinkle and toilet.
All right.
What are we doing?
No, just go. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Well, no, what are we doing? Are we doing
That was the last story, man. We're about to end the show soon.
Oh, okay. I thought we were done. Like, I thought we had another story.
We got 20 minutes left, so yeah, go pee, man. Go pee. It's fine. I'll set this stuff up.
All right, I'll be right back.
Harmon Olsen says, who wins, Michael Myers versus Wishmaster versus Chucky? Michael Myers. You know, I fucking hate it, dude. I hate it when you have to be like Michael versus Jason, because deep down I feel like Jason would beat Michael Myers' ass, even though I like Michael Myers so much fucking more. But I really get excited when you ask me about Michael Myers versus Chucky, because he beat the fuck out of him. There's no question. Chucky stands no chance. Chucky be fucking stabbing at his thighs, at his ankles, at his legs. Nothing. Michael Myers just fucking kick him, turn his head to the side. I'm not going to fuck with you like I didn't fuck with that harmless baby in Halloween 2018, because you're just as harmless as a crying baby in a crib. Wishmaster? Michael, he ain't making no fucking wishes. So that guy's fucked. Michael Myers. Good question. Gary Catlett says it's on Earth 43. He kills Dracula. Batman kills Dracula, but before he does get bit, he gets carried on being Batman. He carries on being Batman, but he feeds on criminals. So he kills Dracula, but before he does, he gets bit, and then he's Batman, but he's fucking sucking criminals' blood. Actually, that would work out if Batman was a vampire, because he has plenty of fucking assholes around that he can just suck the blood from. I like it. Jose Velasquez, thanks, buddy, says, honestly, I don't think it would be a smart decision to wait until October to release something. I'm a Halloween fan, and I won't forget it's coming, but can't say the same for regular moviegoers. Love y'all. Same. I think for Halloween fans, we don't need a reminder. We know it's coming. In October, if they did that, man, you're absolutely right, Jose. It would just like, you'd be right. 2 weeks out from that, you'd be right in the pit of that gigantic news swell that would come from whatever they're going to release. I would actually like to see them. I know we all want to see it, but I would actually like to see them do something ballsy and switch it up and see what happens.
I'm back.
I like it.
And I didn't wash my hands.
Back.
Time is fucking being crunched by the Infinity Stones. Let's do it!
Gabriel R. Johnson says, dude, what if the film opens up showing a serial shot of the Cookie Woman store? What if the film opens up showing a serial shot of the Cookie Woman store in the opening scene of Halloween Kills, doing an homage to Halloween 5? I don't even need to open up to that, but I wouldn't mind seeing the fucking gas station. Someone's like driving by and you just see the Cookie Woman. That'd be dope as fuck. That'd be a cool Easter egg.
Yeah, I like it.
Cookie Woman.
You know, you want to live without Halloween 5. Cookie Woman! You don't want it. Halloween 5 is a terrible fucking shit stain on Halloween. Like, it's terrible. It's not as bad as Halloween Resurrection, but it's pretty bad.
Oh, I was trying to remember what she said. Oh my God, what was her name? The really Tina. I gotta go, kid. Fuck you.
Danielle Harris?
Yeah. When she was begging Tina to come back, and she's like, "I've got a date. I can't."
Is it thundering over where you are?
Not that I know of. I don't know if we're supposed to get shit.
Yeah.
Harmon Olsen said Candyman versus Chucky versus Leprechaun versus Norman Bates. Versus Chucky.
Candyman versus Chucky versus Leprechaun versus Norman. Come on. It's Candyman that wins that easy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Norman
Even though
Bates
all the
is
other
just
ones are dumb as fuck, they won't go into the bathroom because they all look like they don't wipe. So they're not going to go into the bathroom ever and say Candyman. So Candyman just wins by process of elimination. They all kill each other, and he's the only one left.
Yeah, dude. I think that's a super easy Candyman one. But if I had to rank them, I'd go Candyman, Leprechaun, Norman Bates, Chucky. I think Norman Bates would fuck Chucky up too. Yeah, I believe in that. Gary Catlett says, can't wait for the flashbacks because I don't know about you, but even though the damaged mask is okay, I wish the classic white mask. And if you think about it, we haven't had it in years. I think we'll get goosebumps. Just seeing the old mask again? Sure.
Well, I mean, we got robbed in Halloween 4. I mean, on the poster itself, it was going to be the original OG William Shatner mask, and they didn't even give us that. So, yeah, see that. But, I mean, I don't think necessarily that would work. I mean, even Halloween 2018, I'm kind of glad they went their own way. It still is a great mask, but if they had just done a full-on white mask, there was been no damage, I think it was too much. Even though it would be cool to see, I just think it's too much.
Yeah. I'll be excited to see it.
Yeah, Ray Peace might got beef with Chucky.
Yeah, fuck Chucky.
Yeah, I mean, I hate fucking Chucky, dude. I really do. I can't. I mean, you guys can go back and watch those fucking videos that we did on. I didn't even want to do it. I hate that fucking character. I mean, the first one's good in the fucking story.
Yeah. Anthony Stamp said, what would be scarier, Freddy with an infinity gauntlet or Michael with the anti-life equation?
Freddy with an infinity gauntlet or who?
Or Michael with the anti-life equation.
Well, Michael would be too dumb to know what he had anyway. But I mean, yeah, Freddy would, he could go in. He could literally make himself human again with the ultimate power in the world and do whatever he wanted. He's a nasty motherfucker. You wouldn't want that guy to have it. But then again, yeah, because Michael wouldn't even the anti-life equation. It would be Freddy, man. Come on.
Yeah. I would like to say Michael, but Michael would just stare at it for 15 years. He wouldn't do anything with it. I don't even know if it's something you could stare at actually, but I do love it. But man, yeah. The only other thing that we wanted to talk about tonight to show you guys really quick was this fucking thing. I don't know if you saw this, Jay, that I posted on the Facebook or not. This chick posted, it's like our worst fucking nightmare. This chick, Riley Cassidy, on Twitter, bought a copy of The Ring at a thrift store, and it came with the photo inside of the DVD copy of his.
Throw it away and burn it.
Yeah, I got it on the screen now if you can see it. This
Dude,
girl.
why you don't put that up there? I didn't even. That's fucking nasty. Is that The Ring?
Yeah, dude. It gets worse.
That.
It gets so much worse. This is a true story, guys. This woman posted this on Twitter. I've been talking to her on Twitter or whatever, just joking around and stuff. But this photo, look at this fucking photo, man. This chick, and you can go to our Twitter at We Watched the Movie to see it, or WeWatchedTheMovie.com. The whole story's there. But she's sitting. It's just this random photo. She's sitting in the. By the way, she's in the backseat of the car by herself.
Was she a kidnap victim?
No one knows. She's sitting in the backseat of the car by herself. Someone turned around to take a picture of her, and she looks awkward as fuck, by the way. She looks like she just went on a Tinder date, and all of a sudden the dude turned around, and he was like, I'm going to have a bath in your blood tonight. Here, quick picture. I mean, that's the face she's got on. No doubt about it.
Oh, my God, I hate my phone. Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like she's in mid-shit.
Yeah, it does. It's awkward as shit.
Like she's taking a dump in the backseat of the car.
That's scary enough on its own. You buy a random, and especially since it's a copy of The Ring. We thought that was the end of the story. Oh my God, it gets so much fucking worse. Vinny, our buddy Vinny Chiaramonte on here, he sees the car. You can see a car next to her earlobe. And he sees the car and he goes, that looks like my aunt's car. So he puts it in a program and he zooms into that car, thinking it might be his aunt's car. He's like, well, that'd be fucking weird, wouldn't it? Here's what he found. Going to my Twitter now. So this is Vinny's message. He says, I enhanced that shit because I thought, oh, wouldn't it be weird if that was my aunt's car behind her in the photo? I used Rimini to enhance it, and I shit you not, this is what appeared. Are you guys ready? The fuck is that?
I haven't seen it yet. That's a burn your fucking car, move to a different state, and get with like Catholic religion. Is that a ghost face?
It's like a I don't even think it doesn't even look like it's raining in the picture, but it looks like raindrops had formed this fucked up freaky ass gooble gob.
And that's gotta scare you because you don't believe in that shit. So that's gotta fucking make your nips leak.
That's my point. I don't even believe in it, and it freaked me the fuck out. This is real shit.
I ain't watching that shit. I ain't even looking at it. I think that shit might be a haunted image or something. If you got a photograph in your DVD that you bought of the Ring and you didn't burn that shit, do some kind of voodoo ritual and like douse yourself with holy water. I don't know what. Are you American? Like holy shit. I would literally go out and join a convent, dude. I would just leave YouTube. I would leave YouTube. No one would ever know. I would just drop my phone. I would drop my wallet. I would go out into the fucking butt fuck fields of Nebraska and join some kind of fucking Muslim or mausoleum or some shit. I don't know. I would join the most holy group I could fucking find in Nebraska of butt fucks, and I would never come out again and just douse myself in holy icons. I don't care if whatever religion worked. If it was Muhammad, if it was Jesus, if it was Buddha, if it was Confucius, if it was the Hindu, I don't give a fuck because that shit is no. I'm not fucking with that. That's nasty. I'm not because that could be a murder victim. I don't even fucking know.
And dude, here's the thing about it is that makes it so freaky to me is that I didn't just come across this. Someone else didn't make this. Our friend Vinny enhanced on that fucking image. Oh shit!
Yeah.
What did I do? On that image, that tiny ass image that you guys saw there. And look how far, if you guys look at the picture again, look how far, it won't let me go back to it. But anyways, the car, if you go back and look at it on the website, the car is way back in the back. And that face came from the car that was like a lane of traffic behind. It wasn't, if someone put that there, they're the fucking smoothest, most conniving, SOS in a bottle message sending motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. If they went through all that trouble to do that, put it in the car way in the back, and then put it in a thrift store DVD, thinking anyone is ever going to find it, I gotta know.
That reflection of that bitch looked like she had Sour Patch Kids for the first time ever. She was like, oh, yeah. I think it's you can get supernatural with it, but I mean you could. Well, I'm gonna sleep better at night is thinking that those are raindrops that your mind wants to see what it wants to see. And that's what it is. And like you saw a face, you're gonna see a face. It's like those people that say, "I saw Jesus's face in my fucking toast."
Well, it'd be one
And
thing
then
if
you
it was
see
just...
it on fucking Instagram, be like, "Oh my god, I see Jesus's face in toast."
Yeah, dude. But and you know me, I'm the biggest skeptic ever. Oops, I'm the biggest skeptic ever with this shit. But the fact that if it was just a random picture and you looked at it and it pulled up that shit, okay, yeah, I guess that you're looking into it. But the fact that it was in this picture, the picture's already creepy as fuck by itself, just because the girl's face, and it was in a thrift store copy of The Ring, just sitting on the shelf.
I don't know, man. I don't fuck with that shit. But I like I said, if you want to sleep better at night, maybe it was just a reflection of lights and things like that to make it look like that. I have no idea. I mean, you can see a lot of weird shit in ink blots.
All I know is Riley Cassidy better still be on Twitter in, 5 days now? It was 7 days when we saw this.
By the way, that would be the greatest ever marketing campaign for an upcoming horror movie that I've ever seen next to the Blair Witch. If you create this story and you fucking put it out there in general on Twitter, and because people are going to fall for it and they're going to, the thrill, like the Blair Witch Project back in the 90s, boom, fucking cash money in your pocket. Just like that guy that said that that his apartment was being haunted by that kid David, the ghost, by the way, which is being adapted at this very moment by Universal or whatever. He's like, I have a spirit named David that haunts my apartment and he's trying to kill me, which is what his Twitter started out with. And they all started following. He got massive amounts of attention from it. And boom, there it is. He got contacted by a movie studio. That's scary as fuck, though. I don't like that. If I went to, what I'd do is I would take that shit back to where I got it from. And I don't know, maybe I'd do a Luke King fucking sideways kick to the asshole that tried to sell it to me. I was like, no, this is your curse. I'm sorry you're trying to push this out on me, but I don't fuck with that. So you can have this back, and that's it.
Honestly, dude, that's kind of how it started too. When I retweeted it, I was like, "Will some internet before I even knew about that? Will some internet sleuth go find this girl and make sure she's okay? Because that's just fucking weird." Yeah. And that was before we even saw that picture. I really hope that the tweet will blow up a little more. It's blowing up a little bit, but I'm hoping it'll blow up a little more. I even tagged Creepypasta in it. I hope to God that someone will look into that, the safety and well-being of that blonde-haired girl in the back of that car, because I have a bad feeling, man.
Dude, but you know, it's only if Creepypasta Reddit picks it up, it's fake as fuck. Because if Creepypasta Reddit picks it up, then that means that someone is probably going to use that as a Reddit starting point. Because usually Creepypastas on Reddit, they always pick up on it. Like it's somebody that uses a viral marketing to get their story out there like that. Yeah. But who knows? I don't know. I mean, there also are Creepypastas that are based on true stories. But yeah, it's freaky, man. It's a lot of weird, like. That chick also could have just had her first snort of fucking methamphetamine, and she's like hanging back. And then you're gonna zoom in. You're gonna zoom in and see a fucking. You know what that is? That's probably her guardian angel, and be like, God, you done fucked up again.
And who knows? Maybe it's a guy who's dating a new girl now, and that's his ex-girlfriend, but he still has the thing for her. But he knows, hey, where can I hide this fucking picture? Yeah. And one thing he knows about his new girlfriend is that she hates that movie, The Fucking Ring. And he's like, she's never gonna open it, so I'm just gonna put this picture of this girl in here. Close it, put it away. Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah. If she, and I hope that she's not like actually missing or anything bad has happened to her. And it's just kind of an elaborate joke, or it's just like one of those random occurrences that happened, that someone took a photo that she wasn't ready for. You know, someone that I was in the middle of picking my nose, picked me a winner, and they snapped a photo of you, and they're like, I'm gonna put this inside of a DVD case, and then forgot about it, and then they sold it. Could be one of those. But yeah, it's freaky, man. That's fucking I've seen some videos like that. I've seen where they zoom in on the background and you see what looks like an angel crying or something right before a person died. I mean, I've seen those videos, but those are all over YouTube. Like literally the last photos before they died, and it looks like the angel of death is like over their shoulder. So
it's just the weirdest thing about me is that, for one, we didn't just find this on the internet. Like, our buddy found that picture. You know what I mean? So I'm obviously more inclined to believe it. And B, if you look at this picture, dude, that car is so far back there. The one that he zoomed into is so far back. It's just
maybe it's the RIPD zooming in on like fucking Ryan Reynolds and Jeff Bridges.
Fucking Vinny was sitting there like, enhance.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. Vinny must have had a couple of beers in him, because I think that if you were just like, hey, I'm gonna really dig into this photo here, and he's like, holy shit, that's just fucking scary. I couldn't do it, man. You know what I would have fucking Control Alt Delete. I would have wiped my fucking mainframe away. I'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna forget about it. I'm not gonna report about it anymore. Vinny's gonna fucking contact us and be like, it's weird, man. I was at Speedway and I was just trying to buy some Michelob Ultra organic beer, and I looked up at the security camera and my face was weird. It was like all blurry and shit. And then I went and looked in the mirror. It was fine, but every time anything has on my face of a security camera, it's all blurry. And then I've been getting weird phone calls. I'm like, Vinny, lose my number. Like, you on your own, dog.
Exactly, dude. I hope that girl's okay. We hope she's okay, obviously, but I feel like there's going to be more news to come out about this story. So stay tuned. We will update you on anything that happens.
He's in the chat. He said, not a prank. Well, we hope not.
Yeah, no, I believed it. Like I said, if I saw someone else say
I hoped
that
it was
know,
true,
like,
but I mean, dude, I don't know.
But the fact that it came from him, I was like, oh, fuck, this is real. I was like, are you fucking fucking with me, Vinny?
Yeah,
Like,
it'd
no,
be really
I'm dead
interesting.
serious.
Maybe you guys could find out. Maybe you guys in the chat there could go on and look up, maybe figure out her name and see, what that's all about. If there's a police investigation interested in a missing woman. I mean, it'd be really hard to do, but you guys are inventive, so I'm sure you guys could figure it out better than we can. I can't even turn on an IBM computer from 1992.
See what shakes loose, Just see what shakes loose out there in the streets. But yeah, guys, that's all we got for you tonight. We hope you guys had fun. Happy Cinco de Mayo! Not to end it on a scary ass fucking note like that, but happy Cinco de Mayo. We'll have updates on that website, on that story as they come in, and hopefully we will get some.
Rich said 7 days later she died. If that fucking is true,
that's what I'm saying, dude.
If you fucking watch The Ring, you are fucked. I told you that shit was real. I'd be like pissing on someone's grave, like I told you. I said what I say. Don't watch that shit. Oh no, it's all fake. Paranormal shit's fake. I'm still alive.
Someone mentioned, hey, I wonder if she watched it yet. We need to, I'm going to reach out to Riley and be like, hey, have you popped the DVD in? Make sure it's the copy of The Ring and it's not some fucking weird video.
That's the thing. First off, I wouldn't pop that fucking DVD into anything. I wouldn't watch that shit. Well, no, you find because what if it's cursed now? I'm not going to, that's some bad mojo. Either way, if you don't believe in ghosts, you're one of those kind of people. That's fine. But I know you believe in fucking bad mojo. That's bad mojo.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I do believe in demons.
Well, it's not either way. Demons, ghosts, it's paranormal.
Yeah.
So you believe in paranormal. If you believe in the paranormal, you got to believe in ghosts in some way.
It's more of a religion thing, not a paranormal thing for me.
But it's all part of the paranormal spectrum. The point being is the demons and ghosts exist in the paranormal umbrella.
Okay.
Period. So my point being is like, just don't put the fucking DVD in. Take it back, put it back where it was in the dollar fucking section at Walmart, and leave it alone. And maybe contact somebody and be like, hey, there's a weird picture of this girl that looks like she's stoned, kidnapped, or something else. That's pretty bad. But yeah, it's all paranormal. Yeah, it's paranormal shit, dude. Like that shit.
Well, I believe in paranormal, but I don't believe in ghosts. There.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's fine. But I feel like it's paranormal. But either way, I mean, you'd be that one. You'd be that one guy. You'd be that one guy in Ghostbusters that'd be like, I don't really believe it, but I've seen some shit, but I don't really still believe it. Yeah. I don't believe it.
I mean, are aliens paranormal? They're technically paranormal, right?
They're under paranormal.
So that makes no fucking sense. Aliens are like way more realistic than anything else.
Well, paranormal just means you don't fucking understand it.
Okay,
that's what that means.
Go. Okay, well,
so. Yeah, so I don't know. It's always the weirdest thing for me is like in the Ghostbusters movies when they became paranormal psychologists. I don't even know how you can go to fucking school and get a doctorate in that. It's like it's not been proven. So how do you get a doctorate?
Yeah, so but then what's the difference between occult and paranormal? Is that the exact same thing?
What is it?
The occult and paranormal.
Well, the occult, the occult is different though. I think it's like paranormal is shit you don't understand, like magic, ghosts, aliens, that all would fall under because it's pseudoscience. Because what mainstream science is, it might be changing now because actually the aliens thing that actually was reported on, the UFOs were reported on CNN and Fox News. A new sighting just happened, and they're actually reporting on it now.
Yeah.
But they've always for years made fun of anybody that said they were abducted or they saw UFOs. It was considered pseudoscience or UFO experts or paranormal experts. The thing is, humans are fucking dumb. We're dumb. We have no idea. If you take a guy from the 11th century and you plop him down in the 21st century, what do you think he's going to say? All this shit that you see, paranormal. Yeah. That's all fucking magic. They won't know. So we're as dumb as they are. I mean, and a lot of these advanced, we don't understand, but there's paranormal and then there's pseudoscience and then the cult is just occults are like, I don't know. I don't even know how they would classify that. Just weird. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
That's
I
what I'm
guess theological
give
differences.
it all the labels you want to. The human heart and brain believe what they want to believe. It's like, I think Mark Dorman said it best. Hey, if there's a paycheck in it, I'll believe anything you say, man.
Well, I think it's if you're going to look at religions, it's under theology. I mean, occult, even the occult is a theological. It's philosophy. That's the difference. See, there's pseudoscience, which means paranormal, fucking aliens, ghosts, angels, demons, whatever. Parapsychology, paranormal, then or pseudoscience. Then you have actual theological philosophies, which would fall under Satanism, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, whatever. It's theological, so it's different. But yeah, dude, I don't know. We'll find out. I guess in the next year or two, we're gonna find out fucking aliens come and land in our backyards, and we're gonna be in a Will Smith situation.
There you go. Cornpone says occult means the hidden. Thank you. That makes sense. That puts a distinction in between the two for sure. Fox
Occult,
News,
yeah.
the occult.
What?
Someone said Fox News.
I know. It's a Cornpone Flick says occult means the hidden, which is also
That's what I just said.
another. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it means theological. It's philosophy, but either way.
Hey man, I could put take a shit in a box and mark it guaranteed if you want. I got spare time. Jason Dyer says, do you think the Halloween Ends will pick up where Halloween Kills ends, or will it be set later on, or as time goes by, will the trilogy all be set one night? That's a good question, dude. No fucking idea.
Halloween Ends will pick up
Where Kills ends, just like Kills is picking up. Where
yeah, I think if
Ends
they're
ends.
smart, they'll do that.
That'd be really rad. That'd be really rad. I like that idea a lot, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good fucking idea. Great question. Great fucking night. Love all you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. Please click the like button before you leave. It's like hey, hit the smiley face. Tell us, fill out a survey before you leave. If you guys would click the like button before you leave, that helps us out a whole bunch. We really appreciate it. And we will see you guys
Cornpone
Friday
Flick
night.
says- He's like, I work at Fox News, and you're right. Philosophy.
We love your fucking faces. See you guys Friday night.